Hello, and welcome to Dice Breakers, a TTRPG podcast and stream with mostly accurate rules and inconsistent character voices. I'm Alex, your host and GM, and with me are Rowan, Purdy, Mark, and Joe, my wonderful players. How's everybody doing?
It's Friday night!
It's
Friday
night. I have
changed
swords and people and survived. I'm fine.
Exactly. I feel as though we should give, I'm going to call it a warning. Maybe it's I don't know. The fact that we're now recording late on a Friday for most of us, some people live in different time zones, whatever that means. It means that we're all going to be a little more crazy, and it's probably going to go a whole lot better, worse. I don't know. We'll work.
I'm drinking alcohol.
I'm only drinking water so far, but that may change.
I really want to
Currently
go get
coffee.
alcohol, but we've started.
Oh, I wait until the break.
Yeah,
So-
break time.
Oh, are we all drinking at the break?
Oh no,
Is
we
that
don't
a
have
thing?
to.
I am.
Okay.
I think I'll need a
It's
drink
all
at the break.
We should organise a drunk D&D
Oh, I'm
session.
I
sorry.
was thinking that earlier when we
If we
came
wanted to
in.
run a drunk one shot, I'm happy to do that.
Oh,
But
100%.
we should organise it rather than on the fly being like,
I think
yeah,
the
let's
honest is,
go.
When the characters finally graduate, assuming they don't die beforehand, when
Oh,
they
they
finally graduate from university, they'd have a big party.
So,
So they get
the music's slowly coming to an end. We've managed to ramble our way towards that. I do have an intro, obviously, for us to play and listen to.
Would you like us to talk over it again?
It would be great if you didn't talk over it,
I'll
but
try
I
not to.
feel as though that's, just like a wish that's never going to happen.
I've-
So,
I wish that you could isolate all of our audio now, so could you not just edit out Mark talking over?
I plan to edit. I plan to edit him out the entire episode.
I think, editing-wise, podcast listeners, big changes for you. You're going to have a great time from now on. Us in the call, probably a little worse.
Oh, good lord. Okay, play the
Yeah.
music.
I'm going to mute
play the
myself because I
recap.
know
I'm
like,
muting myself as well.
I never do.
Okay, run me through it one more time. The Warforged is a bear.
No. It's a robot, but it can become a big metal bear and also make mini bears, apparently.
That's just weird. I'm glad it's Cromwell dealing with that. And it won the fight.
Yes, against Sunday. That's the robot, not the day. It was fun to watch, though.
Said I missed it. And you guys just casually stole something from a professor.
Oh, no. We procured one of the dragon orbs from a professor. Like we are supposed to, for the competition.
Same thing.
Yeah, but we were allowed to do this.
Whatever. How'd you do it?
Well, we snuck into the office at night and found a safe behind a painting.
Classic.
Okay, we opened it, and there was a note inside that said, "Nice try," or something.
Funny.
But then we found there was a secret panel that led towards a space between the walls and a lever that opened a secret room behind the bookcase. It had a large collection of weapons and also the orb inside, which we promptly procured. Then we went outside and Professor Zinzin was there waiting for us. We had a scuffle trying to get past her, I'll tell you.
A scuffle? What are you, 30 years old?
Well, yes, actually.
What?
Anyway, we had to get past her, and we did so with expert skill and timing.
And then she turned into a werewolf dragon thing.
Well, yes, that was terrifying.
Big day then.
Yes, indeed. But if you don't mind, I need to study now. You're welcome to join me.
Absolutely not, you nerd. There we go. A rare interaction between two characters, but I'm there for it. So, it is Sunday morning. Sunday the 16th of November, 6842, to be precise. In the early hours, the first thing we're going to come to, you've all sort of rested, to sort of run through some things. I believe Carly and Maisie probably went back. Maisie going to bed a lot later. Neva has covered herself in yarn or something like that. And Cromwell, who we're going to start with, You see the sun. Actually, no, the sun wouldn't be coming out. Actually, well, maybe it would. How long you stay in the water is a good question.
I thought it was the Sunday that we had done this.
I'm pretty sure it's the Saturday because it was.
I was pretty confident it was the Sunday because the professors won't be there the next morning. Because it was the whole thing of we were going to try for stuff on the Monday the next day, but because we had the Sunday.
To agree with you. In which case, Monday morning, what time are you emerging?
Well, I've been to a couple of. There's been a few times where we've had to get professors' office hours. So, do I know the office hours of the two people that we can hand this into?
You would be fairly confident. So this may not be the answer you're looking for, but lessons start at 9. But you'd be fairly confident that they'd all be in the office, not necessarily their office hours, but they'll all be in the office at like 8.
Then 8 o'clock. Then so all night, but all evening, all night, all morning until about 5 to 8. At which point he will burst from the water and start sprinting for the.
There's just some student sitting on the edge of the water, soaking it. It's to be quite dark, but some like of the starlight, just reading a couple things, and then suddenly there's Cromwell just blasts up the water.
I will make mental contact with them as I go, not turning to look at them, but I'll make mental contact with them as I go past, and I'll say, "Stay away from the fountain."
Well, they proceed to kick themselves and run away. So anyway,
I imagine they were just eating like a breakfast sandwich or something. And...
Great. Teacup of piss last time, pants full of shit this time. I'm off to a great start.
Oh, Cromwell has some strange kinks. So you run across, and to be honest, to make it simple, there's a couple of people who see you running, but it's not too uncommon to see people running around on campus. And you'd make it fairly easily down to the corridor, the same corridor you were at last night, or yesterday afternoon, whenever it would have been, fighting Professor Dinsen. And yes, you'd be coming to one of the offices. Names-wise, I definitely remember them.
There was a name involved, I remember.
Oh, I remember there being a name.
Yes. Professor something, I think. Professor something or other.
Professor Hathus. He's the big guy who wears the armor sometimes.
I think that's who we've handed it into every time so far. Then.
Yeah. So you walk over, I presume, knock on the door, and he opens it up. He looks, like it's very, very early in the morning. He looks like he's not quite put himself together yet. Like he's wearing, smart clothes and stuff. He's clean and shaved and all that, but he's just all there like, hello.
Hello, leader of the Lunatics reporting in with the orb. I've got an orb for you for depositing the Lunatics.
Okay.
I'm Cromwell.
Wow.
I'm in charge.
Yeah, he just puts out his hand, his giant meaty hand.
There you go.
Yeah. He sort of looks at it. He's like, impressive. I mean, the third from your team, I believe.
At least.
At least, I wasn't asking. He just walks back, puts it in a little box, and like, okay. Did you need anything else?
Just if you got any hints or clues or anything.
We're not supposed to give out hints or clues.
That wasn't a no. That was we're not supposed to. You could just like drop a note or something into this puddle of water I'm putting on your corridor here.
He's just staring down. I mean, he's 6'4", you're 3 foot.
2.5 foot.
2.5 foot. He's just looking down, just like, no.
Okay. Do you know when the next robot fight is? Warforged Doors?
You just had yours. There'll be one. It depends on a few things, but I would make bets into being in December sometime.
That's just the next fight in total, not our next fight.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Ages. All right. Well, I guess. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
The rest of you, you'll be getting up for your. Well, I presume you're all getting up to go to university. Carly, you'd probably be first up. 7 in the morning, whatever it ends up being. I'd say you're probably used to seeing Neva in the morning. Does Neva come out of her room at a normal time?
Nope.
So it might be a little bit of an oddity to you to step out into this central area and just. Maybe you wouldn't realize like something's not quite the same as usual. What is it? Eventually, like, oh, like there's no Neva to just sort of like morning chat before you go off to class, sort of thing.
So I think he would probably just listen outside Neva's door to make sure she's not like crying or anything like
that. Give me a perception. Give me the number, and I'll let Purdy decide how much that number lets you hear.
I will give you that as soon as D&D Beyond tells me what my. There we go.
The physical dice.
You have.
Yeah, but I need to look at my bonus, don't I? Perception plus 12 on perception.
I don't believe so.
I might be live. It's possible. 21.
Blimey.
Oh, you pop it here, like scuffling around in there, going, "Where did I put that pin?" Right. So if she is connected to such and such, and then he's connected to, then obviously it's her fault. And
okay, I wouldn't listen to any more than that. He's just sort of like, okay, she's obviously all right. So I don't know what the heck she's doing, but
Do murder boards run in the family? Is that what we're learning?
Exactly. It's like, I don't know. She's obviously not upset, so I'll leave her in peace and head off for my lesson at the appropriate time.
Well, before that, Maisie would have come out of her room.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah,
my class at 9.
I'm sorry. What's what day of the week? It's Monday. It's Monday. I've got. That's me. History at 10.
And so
yeah, Maisie bit this off before I am. Yeah.
Hi. Shoulder stuff, aching all the time. But I gotta go.
Well, take care. If anything happens, let me know. I'm not sure I could do much, but we'll have to get you to Professor Fies as soon as we can.
The one that's hospitalized? I think he probably needs more of a break than I do.
Maybe, but I'm worried about that thing in your shoulder.
Oh, it's fine.
Yes. Okay,
just a little achy. Which is, I mean, for dying, being a little achy, that's fine.
I suppose that's true. Well, I'll see you lunchtime, shall I?
Yep.
Okay,
later.
Okay. Neva's in the same class I am, at 10 o'clock history. So if she doesn't come out of her room when it's time to get going for history, I would go knock on her door.
Fair enough.
oh yeah, she won't come out of the room. She is full on comfort food. It's a good job you knocked, otherwise she would have been late.
In which case, yeah, Neva, your concentration, obsession, whatever you want to call it, is broken by just hearing a very sharp sort of dug at your door.
What?
We've got to get going now if we're going to get to history.
You see Neva just like, hair is a mess, just like clothes, that one button sort of out of sync, and just behind her, like attached to the wall, is this huge corkboard style thing with just papers, red string, different colored string, all sorts of notes, written things all over the floor, the bed.
So, could Calais, would he just assume it's a history project thing, or would he see enough to make him?
That's up to you.
Yeah, that's kind of up to you, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll have to get to do an insight to see if he is.
Yeah, sure. Roll an insight.
Because he normally gives people the benefit of the doubt. I'll do an insight.
Tell me how I feel.
11. He's
11.
Sort of like,
I reckon.
Slightly concerned. But go on,
I reckon you're less concerned about the background and more concerned about the sort of like mess that Neva is right now.
Yeah. Oh, you're all right, Neva. You look like you've had a rough night. You feeling poorly?
I'm fine. I have worked out what's happened to Franklin.
Oh,
I just need to find proof to get her done.
Well, I'll tell you what. If we're going to get history, we've got to get going now. Do you want to quickly sort of brush your hair, whatever, We'll get going.
Oh.
You can tell me as we walk.
Yeah, sure. Give me a minute.
Okay. 1 minute later. Are you ready?
Just give me a minute.
Oh, another one. Okay.
Looking at your watch.
It's a good few minutes before she's actually ready.
Did she come out prim and proper, or is it just like acceptable?
I'd say acceptable.
Okay, so it's good enough. Carly probably wouldn't notice the difference.
Yeah, he'd be fine. Right, come on, let's get going. You can tell me what on earth is all that on your wall?
So, you know how everything happened when we went to see your parents and Franklin went missing?
Yes, I do.
I'm pretty sure Siobhan's behind it.
Who's Siobhan?
My friend back where I'm from.
Really? Why
Yeah.
would your friend back from where you came from end up with sending people to shoot? What's his name? Franklin?
Well, that's a bit of a long story there. But anyway, I'm pretty sure she's behind it. She's got the money to do it.
Well, it's true. I mean, I say true. I've got no idea. I've never heard of her before. Okay, well, do you think you should tell the city guard or something?
Well, I want to get some evidence first, because if we come after her too soon, she'll just make sure it all goes away.
You have some interesting friends, don't you?
Like I said, friend.
So why would she be trying to abduct or kill or attack? What was his name?
Well, he said when we last spoke to him that he hadn't spoke to her in a couple of weeks, and I just think that's a bit sus. That he comes all the way over here to look after me, and he hasn't spoken to her. And he hasn't spoken to her in a couple of weeks. It all adds up. It makes sense.
Well, I tell you what. Let's go and do our history lesson. We'll have a nice cup of tea afterwards, and you can, have a rest for a few minutes, and we'll calm down a bit, and then maybe talk about it.
I don't need to rest or calm down. I know exactly what's happened. I just need to get proof. And I need to show Maisie the board so she can help me.
That's a very good idea, actually. Maybe she can cast a sort of neutral eye on this, perhaps.
Oh, it won't be neutral. She hates the girl.
Fair enough. Okay, I'm not sure this is how police investigations normally go. Not how my mum's talked about it, but okay.
Well, it's not a police investigation, is it? It's me investigating to then give them enough proof for them to investigate. And I've done half the job for them. Maybe I should do police work.
Okay. Well, what can I do to help? I mean, I could get my mum involved. She's very good at this stuff.
No. Too early to get your mum involved.
Okay.
Find out what your mum knows for me.
About this disappearance, you mean?
About his kidnapping, yeah.
I asked her last night. She didn't know anything.
But she might by the time we speak to her again.
True.
I'm pretty sure she'll start finding evidence that I need to prove it was Siobhan.
You could always contact Captain, what's her name?
Yeah, I don't think she'd understand yet. I need the evidence first.
All right, well, I'll talk to my mum, but they're heading back pretty soon anyway, so I was going to go and see him tonight. I'll ask her when I see her.
Awesome, thank you.
That'll take us as far as history, I imagine.
Well, I was going to say your conversation comes to a fairly natural close, but is also interrupted by seeing Cromwell standing outside of history. He's not silent. It's been a while.
I was literally just about to say Cromwell would not have waited for them, but to go inside because they're almost certainly late. But has saved them 2 seats and is dry by the time they get there because he can prestidigitate himself. So you still have no idea where his super secret hiding place is.
Yeah, you get along and you find Cromwell sitting perfectly naturally. You didn't see him in the flat. You didn't see him leave the flat. Yeah,
Morning, Cromwell. How are you? Did you, have you still got the?
Shh. History.
Bertie, your true crime is showing.
I'll make mental contact with Neva and say, "Morning. You look like shit."
Wow, that's rude. I mean, I was up all night.
Normally, you just, I don't know, you spend a bit more time on it, so.
Oh, I didn't have time this morning. I was almost late, so.
You were late. We're having this conversation while the lecturer's talking. It's mental.
I mean, I was almost later.
That makes sense. Okay, no further questions. No follow-up.
So, the day plods along. Probably fairly normally. Maisie, you'd have a couple people in psychology / others. I mean, you've already been into at least into a psychology, but movement theory things, you know, there'd be people who you're acquaintances with being like, you're right, you know, because not many people know exactly what happened. And I'm sure Maisie's telling them a different story to every single person.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But the day would probably fly by fairly quickly. The only thing different to usual is Maisie, you having your little chain knife lesson.
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it goes along fine. I think there is a little comment at the beginning, or should I say, like a sly smile from Velka, from Professor Dinzin, who, you know, sort of just seems to be very proud. Doesn't bring it up. I don't know if Maisie brings it up.
I think one of the first things she'd say is, "You seem to enjoy that a lot."
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Sure. Where were we at then?
Well, I have two things to make of note. Number one, I am impressed with the way you treated the situation last night, but it has in fact highlighted at least 10 points for me to update our teaching schedule as to how you are not practicing properly.
Oh, good.
So it goes along as normal, but there's like a lot more very specific things, and I think there's a couple in there where like you have a few times been like during practice been like, I don't need that, and she's just like, so you've obviously been skipping on this, and you're like, how does she know? Because she's 650 years old.
I think we established last time she's a 10,000-year-old assassin.
I think Cromwell established that in his headcanon. But yes, that passes along perfectly fine, and you'll probably you'd meet up at a similar time at the end of the day. Cromwell, you'd be coming last to the flat, but it would be Cromwell and Mace, you'd be coming back to about 4 o'clock. You'd be back at the apartment unless you're going anywhere else.
Fine, because I have rock club.
You'd probably hop back to the apartment first.
Would I?
Isn't Rock Club at 5 o'clock?
Yeah, it's at 5. Yeah, I'll go
Yeah,
back.
I was say, because Neva's got gym at 5 as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, my world. Yeah.
If I'm the last one in and everyone else is there, I will say to the twins, hey,
Not twins.
by any chance, do either of you, to prevent more horrific tragedy, the worst tragedy of all, really, occurring, do either of you want to buy me some armor?
You know I just got back, but I really think I should practice the assault course a little more if we're gonna. I'm just gonna.
I've got to work out. I've got to find some evidence on how Siobhan did this, though.
You got a what?
I don't know who that is.
Siobhan's obviously behind Franklin's kidnapping.
Wait,
Macy, I was
know who
hoping
that
you
is.
could help out here.
You talked about them to Franklin Pissdrinker, that they had been doing gross, horrible, nasty stuff together, when he should have only been doing gross, horrible, nasty stuff with you, I think. Was that it?
In a sense, yes,
I was
but
gonna walk over to
however, he
California.
did say he hasn't spoken to her in a couple of weeks, and then he came here to be with me. So I think she is stuff about that, and has done this.
Well, if she's got anything to do with him and is pissed off, that sounds like a connection to me.
See?
Neves, as much as I'd like to catch Siobhan doing something horrible, I don't really care that it was something horrible to Franklin.
Well, I do.
So
Why? He's gone. All of our lives are better.
he treated you and everyone around him like shit.
Not always.
He drinks piss. It's inexcusable.
You made him do
Always.
that.
He could have chosen not to drink it.
And it's
And
the
then
time that he
What
wasn't.
apple juice?
The times he wasn't treating you like shit, that's what we call manipulation.
He was not manipulating me. I'd know if he was.
No, you're wrong.
You're wrong. I would know.
No, you're wrong.
You're wrong. Come on, Maisie, it only makes sense.
To you.
No, Maisie understands. Surely, come on.
I understand
Like,
that they're
she-
both shitty people.
Frankly, it's not shitty. You just don't know him like I do.
Or he's horrible.
I don't think anyone knows him like you do. I'm quite grateful for that.
Honestly, Maisie, if you just gave him a chance, you'd see the good side of him.
No.
Really? I mean, I
don't
like to
think
see the
so.
good in people, but I've got to be honest, he seems quite hard work. Just frankly.
He's hard work to get to know, yes. But once you get to know him, you'll love him just as much as I do.
Oh,
He was
that's good.
basically stalking you?
I mean, he was just looking out for me because he cares.
I think your parents sort of asked him to, didn't they?
Why do you now miss him? When he was here, you wanted him to go away. Why now? Why now the caring?
I always cared.
Even when you were telling him to go away, like all of us were.
Well, I mean, I know Maisie doesn't like him and she'd only just came back and I was a bit...
Neva, come here a second.
Yeah?
I'm just gonna give you a big hug. And
Okay.
I'll take that moment to look over Neva's back left shoulder.
Give me a investigation.
Natural 19, baby. Let's go.
Natural-
Plus 2, I think. 21.
Yes. 21. Very nice. You give her a little hug and have a look over. And you can't really see anything she's wearing a shirt, as she always is, but like as you sort of feel her left shoulder, there's like an unnatural kind of lump. That's all you can really discern. It's not very big. I'd say probably about the size of a penny. Not very high raised.
I'll just wiggle a little bit and say, "Hey, Neva, what's this?"
What's up?
Bear with me. Just trust me for 1 second. Turn around, okay?
Oh.
Okay.
I'm
That's
gonna be like,
watching sisters together, isn't it?
"Is it beneath the skin?"
It does.
Same thing.
It's still got the shirt on, so it's hard
Yeah.
to really analyze.
I'll pull the shirt like back a little bit just to see the bump a little bit.
What are you doing? Oh,
Gross.
it's like it's a blouse, so it's just like.
Yep.
Yeah, there's something under the skin.
Okay, 1 second.
Under the
I'm just gonna release the knife from the gauntlet a little bit and just.
what are you doing?
Give me a sleight of hand roll.
Are we attacking Neva? Is that
Apparently, yeah.
I can do that. I'll draw out a knife.
Wow.
Draw a dagger.
That's only an 8.
Ooh, roll me a d4.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's 4.
It's a 4. You feel this sudden, sharp, searing pain in your shoulder.
Sorry.
As Maisie tries to do a very delicate maneuver and just like slips and kind of like tears the skin. There's quite a lot of blood.
What? This was my favourite shirt! What are you doing?
Sorry. Just
Are
gotta.
we?
Am I still able to get it out?
You need-
Even though.
You need help? I can.
I can stab more.
No, not
Is it-
stabbing. Get like a towel or something.
I'll cure her in a minute, don't worry.
Through the blood and the torn skin, yes, you can
And the
get.
tears.
You pull out a very small sort of like metal. Kind of like it kind of looks like more of a pill than a penny. It was just how it was raising the skin. A bit more rectangular, flat faces with, as you wipe off, your sister's blood, sort of runic shapes all over it that are ever so gently glowing.
as soon as the object is out and Maisie steps back, I'm going to do a healing word.
Sure.
I knew there was something freaky about you guys.
Let's go.
You're secretly robots.
What?
You're like Darwin, just more
What is
advanced.
that?
I don't know, but I'm assuming you didn't put it on your shoulder.
A healing word would do
What?
just a minimum of 4.
Why? What would I? But how would I
Exactly.
put that in my shoulder? And why would I put that in my shoulder?
That,
What
Why are you
even
both
is
smart
it?
machine?
I like to imagine
No.
Carly trying to interject as fully canon. He's just like, I was just.
Your back's better now, and I can't do... Oh, never mind, they're busy.
the
I can-
shoulder is
I can clean
healed.
the shirt.
Can
I
you
can
get
clean
the-
the shirt. I can't.
I was gonna say, can
can't
you get
sew
the-
it back together?
Get the blood off the shirt.
Yeah.
I didn't
So-
rip the shirt. I just pulled it back. It was
Oh,
the shoulder.
you definitely ripped the
You
shirt.
must have ripped it because, like, unless you unbuttoned it first.
So you have
I
a
can't mess
clean,
it, but I can clean it.
clean healed shoulder, but there is the hole in the shirt.
This was my favourite shirt. This was
I
the
knew-
first
I
one
nearly-
Franklin ever brought me.
I nearly took
You know,
mending
I
as
just-
well, and I didn't.
I didn't know that I would rip it, honestly. It just kind of happened.
Actually, I did-
What did you say was going to happen? If you wanted to get to my shoulder, you just had to ask. We would have got into my room and I would have changed my top.
In my mind's eye, you weren't wearing a button-up, so...
In your mind's eye, try using your real eye.
I have a question. What is
Please.
it, and how did you know it was there?
Yeah.
That's 2 questions.
Yeah, that was
That's
2
right.
questions.
Okay.
I think-
Okay.
I really feel like the first one's more important.
Heading question is, what's that? Subsection to the heading. How did you know it was there?
Brain stuff. I don't know what it is.
Could I recognise
That
it?
was very. That
If
was
I
very
do,
clear.
I'm doing arcane theory. I could do an arcana on it, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not the arcane smarty.
You can roll an arcana.
I'm gonna have to roll really, really well to recognise
Guys,
it.
We're in the
Six-
University of
6
Wizards.
weeks
Why
in.
don't we find someone who can identify it for us?
I mean, that's a really good roll.
24.
A 24.
24.
You don't recognize the runes. They seem to be possibly an old magic. You can discern probably that it's like a sort of always active bit of magic, very, very, very weak magic, but bit of magic. Possibly sending out a signal. That's about all you got.
Right, now look. I think this is some kind of tracking device, probably.
Who would put a How would someone put a tracking device in me?
I
Wait,
get-
Maisie, do you have one? Did
I don't know,
Mum put it
check.
in us?
What I'm wondering, you know, how...
I'll check Maisie's shoulder.
Give me an investigation.
I will
Okay.
assist if I am able.
Give an assistance.
Too tall
may
for
have to-
you.
You may have to stand on a chair.
I'm going to
Shall
do...
I? This is one of the few times you can lift me up.
Well, I didn't do well. I got a natural 1.
That's why I'm
You
giving
get
you
a
advantage.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to do guidance as well.
That's good. What am I doing? Investigation?
Yes.
I'm doing the guidance, so you get extra D4.
It's such an unnecessary role to like.
Okay,
I know.
I'll do an extra D4. Let me-
We don't know what the DC is on this. Might as well have guidance for everything that you can.
No, I know. It's just such a funny one to like focus in on.
So that's an unnatural 20 with everything added.
Okay. The main thing on a shoulder, presuming that you sort of pull down the shirt, or if you're wearing like a.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that's the
Oh
same
yeah.
shoulder.
I will strangle her back.
The main thing is there's just a ton of scarring, this like residual scarring. So it's very difficult. There's a chance that in a similar location there's a sort of a bump. It's very hard to know if that's just, again, scarring, or if that's a similar thing to what you got going on.
Okay, so Neva just prods at it like really hard. Does this
Ow.
hurt? Is it here?
Ow.
I mean,
That's
it's just
why I
Where
scarred,
is
so.
it?
I mean,
That's,
the other
that's
shoulder.
the scar. Yeah, that hurts. Yeah.
How about if I cut this bit here? She doesn't actually cut her. She just pokes.
Oh, are we doing the?
You are not stabbing my sister.
Would you like? I mean, I can. If you do want to take a little exploratory cut, I can heal it again. But you know.
Wait, do you actually stab it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, because she hasn't found it. She's just being a brat and is poking at every point she can.
Did you try the other shoulder?
I mean, yeah. What about your other shoulder? Carries on strangling her.
Chaos right now is just...
The voice of common sense said a similar location, so maybe the other shoulder doesn't have as much scarring on it.
Do I feel anything?
But the other shoulder.
Yeah.
No.
So was
I think it's right here. I think
don't feel anything.
Grabs like a chunk of her skin.
Ow!
Like it's right here.
Ow!
None of this pain compares to what you've just put me through without telling me.
I'm gonna go knock on Gail's flat while this is happening.
Sure. You just walk out. You knock on the flat. And amazingly, compared to how every single time the door's ever been answered, it's actually Gail who answers. Sort of creaks open, just like, hello. Oh, hello.
Hey, Gail. Congratulations on getting to the door first. That's progress. Can you or any of your flatmates identify magical objects? Or do you know anyone who can that isn't a teacher?
So. No.
Okay. Okay, well, thanks, Gail. Best of luck to you.
Is everything okay?
Blood has been shed this night.
And then I'll just tell her to go back.
Tell me if either of the girls need pads.
Or walk back in. Gail has offered padding if that's of any help in this situation.
Why did you
would
tell
either
her?
of us be padding? Yeah, why?
She asked if everything was okay. I didn't want to lie. I said that blood has been shed. She offered
That's
some kind of
unneedingly
I
ominous.
don't think that she can.
Okay.
I don't think that she can magically heal. So I guess just like a common bandage and like
Yeah.
cotton is.
Yes.
do.
Okay. Okay.
Are you gonna poke me to see if there's one in
Unless
there?
your cotton little socks. You tiny little cotton socks.
Why would you get
Little bitty
cotton?
cotton
Why would
socks.
you get cotton socks? That's expensive. My cocks are my cocks are no. My socks are not.
I don't want to know about down there. Thank you very much. You are not my type, and I am taken.
I have only basic socks.
Oh, bless your tiny ickle wickle basic socks.
Yes, I'm a halfling. Like you have enormous feet. I don't understand.
I hesitate to interrupt the ebb and flow and so on, but we've got here some sort of magical device which has been snuck into your back, which is,
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
concerning.
If you give it to me, I've got special one-on-one time with Professor Mortharkus tomorrow morning.
I don't
so-
want to know about your special one-on-one.
I can ask you to take a look at it.
I was going to suggest, right, so I think it's some kind of tracking device. I think it's probably how Franklin was finding Neva all the time. And I was going
Franklin
to
wouldn't do this to me.
well, somebody has. And I was going to suggest that for the moment,
Absolutely would do
I-
Oh, what if it was Siobhan?
how?
Any times that I've stopped over her house, she could have snuck it into my shoulder, ready for when she wanted to kidnap Franklin.
Neva, I really think
Why
you
would she put it
should
in
schedule
your
a time to talk to Professor Gernthal on like a one-on-one appointment.
And I was going to suggest
Why do I
that
need to?
put it
Oh my god, will
into-
Professor Gernthal help me?
Absolutely.
Probably.
Yes.
But not
Right,
quite
I'm
the way
going to
you
do
think.
that then.
I'm going to
Cool.
put
What do
this
you mean
into
that's the way I
my...
think?
I'm going to put this into my bracer holding thingy for the moment, because that should, I hope, break any kind of tracking, because it's a different dimension. And then
Maybe you
tomorrow
should
morning,
feed it to your... No, you should leave it in one of our rooms.
I could put it by my my little pet.
Why would we? If it is the thing that tells Piss Drinker where we are, why would you want it out?
His name's not Piss Drinker.
Yes, it is. We all saw. You were all there.
Because if somehow Von Douchebag is still alive and he comes back and he's going to keep wanting to try to track Neva, just leave it in her room and he'll always think that she's there and won't bother us because he's not allowed in here, right?
I mean, he's not allowed. That won't stop him breaking in and just grabbing it. I reckon put it in your gauntlet, Calais, for now, and then hopefully that stops it. Then in the morning, give it to me. I'll have Professor Morthagus look at it, and then we can decide what to do it once we are 100% sure what it is. Because it could be the thing that's keeping
his name is Von Bellingham.
It's always been Von Douchebag, and it always will be.
Maisie, the problem is somebody else might track it as well as... I mean, somebody else might be able to get on whatever the other end of this is, apart from Franklin. So I'm not comfortable with something which leads people to us, you know?
Yeah, put it away now. Get rid of it, Cal.
Well, if he's somehow alive, then we're gonna have to keep. We're gonna have to do like constant checks because if he comes back, he's gonna keep doing this.
Okay.
Wait.
Talk.
If he can track me via this, can I reverse it so I can track him and find him?
Well,
probably not.
Tomorrow, shall we find out?
I'll ask tomorrow. Sure, I'll ask tomorrow for you. Okay, but think about it this way, Neva. Best case scenario, he's dead, and whoever killed him has the thing that always knows where you are.
That's not the best case scenario.
Worst case scenario is he's alive and he uses it to find his way back here, and then we have to deal with him and, hiding his body once we've killed him.
Cromwell.
That's my name.
I think you have the definition of best case and worst case mixed up.
Maisie?
Sounds to me.
Yeah, I thought so.
Maisie will just agree with you anyway.
That's not true. I disagree with most things that he says.
Yeah. Mostly she takes your side nowadays. In the beginning, Maisie was on my side, but nowadays she kind of takes your side. I think it's because she feels bad about having died on you.
No, I really just go by my own gut instinct.
I wonder if your relationship will change now that one of the things that was connecting you has been removed from your body. The thing that was helping you share life essence to keep you both alive.
What?
I need to get to my
theory.
club now. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Okay, well, I'm going to put this in my bracer.
I want to insight Neva.
Sure.
Is she going to do something stupid?
Neva,
Yes.
roll either
Natural 20.
It could be matched. Roll either
Plus
deception
6,
or persuasion.
26.
Roll either deception or persuasion, depending on what the truth or lie is.
Well, that was a 17.
There's a 17, natural 20, obviously better. You're lying? What,
She's
anything
going
behind the
to her
phrase?
club. She's done with this shit. She is going to her club.
Yeah, you recognise proper, like you've known her for a very long time. This is just full truth.
Cool.
There's a little bit crazy in there, but it's...
She's not crazy.
There's a little crazy in there, yeah. No,
So-
it's not crazy. It's symptoms of emotional abuse is what it is.
So,
I know that very well.
so
That's not something to
you
be
go
happy
along to your clubs. Maisie going to Rock Club, which you are ever so slightly now more, even more prepared to be at. Because there's a
I have a rock
in
in my shoulder. Yeah.
Um,
Good joke. Haha, good joke.
Every time you say rock club, though, I think you're like
Down in like geology club. Yeah.
And the
Is that
day
not what it is?
No.
comes to a close, rolling over to the next Tuesday. Now I know special one-on-one Cromwell Morthagus time. That's early in the morning.
Yes, very.
There's some other, Professor Gunthal stuff or whatever later. You go along, standard.
I would give Cromwell the
I'll grab it.
device.
Obviously. You pop along. Fairly standard. he definitely, when you arrive, he sets up. You get up in this, sort of the practice room as you normally do, and he sets a few things. And he says, right. So, did you get any further with the sort of extracurricular activity I've assigned to you?
Do you remember when I came to see you on Friday?
No.
So it was a week ago Friday, I think. It was either last Friday or the Friday before, where my housemate had been murdered.
Mm-hmm.
You said not to worry about it for like at least a month. That's why I wasn't in classes for the last few days.
Nice.
Except for yesterday, which, great job as always, Professor. Speaking of my classmate who's been murdered, so she's a twin, and her sister also lives with us. And they were just, horsing around with knives, as you do. And this happened to be extracted from her shoulder blade. I was wondering if you could tell me what it is. Wait, I'm doing this. It would be more like Cromwell would have to hold it like that.
Yeah. You are a very strange boy.
I've been put with some strange flatmates, Professor.
Mm-hmm. He takes it off you.
We're not twins.
He takes it off you and gets like a those like single, very small magnifying glasses that sort of like flips out. But he said it's got runes and stuff all over, and he looks. He's like, "Oh God, oh goodness, how ugly." Ugh. Well, it's a very, and I mean, very rudimentary magic. Whoever did this, I would say, basic level, child level, runic scripture, crude. It works, I would assume. But if you ever did anything like this, I would kick you from the course. It's effectively sort of like a tracking stone.
Oh, great. Yeah, that was our theory.
Yes. I mean, these things are useless because you can. I mean, if you would use them in actual subterfuge or anything like that, the signal's reversible easily.
Okay. How do I turn it off? Can I break it?
I mean, if you want to turn it off, just break it, scratch one of the runes.
Yeah, brilliant.
Put it in water. Weirdly.
In water.
Mm.
That's strange.
Although, if you put it in water, it can be recovered if it's submerged in rice. So.
Is that common in the city, or is that a delicacy that's hard to get?
When it's just some rice is sort of
massive, like 100-kilogram bags.
Yeah, rice is it would be a big thing. So. It just has some properties to it. Yes, I mean, if you wanted to, wait, did you said you was in somebody?
Yeah, like I said, it happened to come out of someone's shoulder.
Then they were being tracked.
Yeah. Forgive me if this is not something I would usually ask you, Professor, because I know it's I would assume it's kind of beneath your purview and your interest here. Do you have much political power here at the university?
It depends on what you need. I mean,
there was a guy who was kind of sent here. There's this whole thing. So these twins, they're from Fluaria, and their parents exert a lot of control over them because they're not old enough yet to be their own people. So they sent this guy who's kind of an asshole. I think he's probably the one who is like tracking my flatmate. She didn't know that she was being tracked. She didn't know this thing was in her shoulder. But he's also now been enrolled in the university. So he kind of looks down on magic as well, which is, I'm sure you've had to deal with a few people like that in your time. I was just wondering if it was within your power to kind of get rid of him. But I totally understand if that's either not of interest to you or if that's not something that you have the capability to do.
He's just like staring at you, kind of just like a lot of that was going. Like about halfway through, he just like sort of phased out. His eyes was like unfocused.
What's the best way to deal with people with guns?
Guns?
I noticed some ruffians in town. If one of them was to attack me, how should I best get rid of it with magic? Because magic.
Well, I mean, best way to deal with guns is to run away. Redirect. I mean, you have a pretty solid grasp on your tentacle. If you can grab the barrel, redirect the shot, it's fairly simple. At least makes them less likely to hit you. If not, and you're desperate for some reason to get yourself in a dangerous situation, getting close.
Okay.
But then people usually have knives and they get all stabby on you.
Yeah. Lots of people carry knives. You know.
It is a serious problem, the weapons that are carried around in the city, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Professor. I'm very appreciative of your instruction and your guidance.
If you were concerned about your friend being tracked, did you want to know how to reverse the tracking?
It couldn't hurt to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Well,
might be more of these around.
you'll want, and bear with me on this one, tomato, lettuce, and
Sorry,
just...
Professor. Quick question: do these have to be ripe, or can it be in any stage of growth?
riper the better.
Okay, great.
Tomato, lettuce, and just a little sprinkling of salt in a bowl. Put this in the center, put a little bit of water in it, so it kind of just like sits just below the rune, and then he'll just like scribble down some mostly legible words and then just say this.
Okay, great.
Advantage of this is afterwards it's kind of a salad. Don't eat the root though.
Okay. What is this thing made of, Alex?
Just stone. It's like a pebble picked up from the ground.
Okay.
You couldn't eat it if that was
Well,
the
too big for
question.
someone to swallow it anyway. Okay, great. Well, thanks, Professor. I'm very grateful.
So
That was all for my extra questions.
right, I'm supposed to teach you things. Yes, you'll go into some general catch up and help and things like that.
Okay.
Amazing. Your professor's going full time. You go in and the feeling of this sort of what used to be just some sort of like helpful stuff about your brain. The feeling's a little different. You can tell from the get-go she's a lot more concerned, just a little more motherly, a feeling you're probably not too used to feeling, but it's still nice nonetheless. And she sort of questions a good few things and gives you space to talk about whatever you need. It's very much a focus on like you dealing with having died, and a lot less on being able to read people's thoughts.
I definitely deflect immediately to having heard something telling me to look at Neva's shoulder.
Give me a deception, I guess would be a good one here.
Oh, I rolled very bad. 7.
7. I mean, she's very good at what she does. You try to deflect so hard, and you kind of do it, and then there's just this moment, like 2 or 3 minutes later, when you kind of catch yourself talking about the truth, and then you're like, wait, hang on a second, how'd you do this?
Wait, no. But like, it's weird though, because it wasn't hearing Neva's thoughts. It was something telling me to check.
Mhm.
That was different. Wait.
So you're hearing voices?
Hello.
I mean, when you say it like that,
I will clarify. It's not as odd of a thing as you could think. I mean, hearing voices can range from being a disciple of one of the gods to devils, demons, even standard psychological, personal things. It could be anything. It is something to be aware of. It's interesting that it assisted with a truth that you couldn't have known otherwise. Or maybe you did from the past, but it seems unlikely.
Mm-hmm.
And you say it's like whispers? Do you hear any actual voices? Or is it a feeling?
It's more like whispers. It's like actual It's like a multiple voices.
Well, it could be an advancement of the powers you already have. I mean, there's all sorts of magical forces in the world. You could have been detecting the magic from whatever was, in her shoulder. I'd be very aware of
dying
it.
made the powers weird? Am I hearing dead people? Was it like a ghost that was standing behind Neva that saw it that told me to look?
It is possible. Not probable. Dying can have all sorts of effects on our body. I mean, the shock itself can cause various problems, but it can awaken certain magical powers that we weren't even sure we had. I mean, it's very hard to know. I would, considering the nature of your death, if you are ready and when it is possible to, I would consider speaking with Professor Vasvas. I know at the moment that is not possible and he needs his time. But I think he may be able to look into it a little more. If you are less keen to do that and want someone closer to your age, I believe he has a prodigy. Doesn't tend to be around, but there's a chance that she's coming into the city to take his place if he can't be teaching for much longer. Only temporarily. But I would love to help you, but it's not really my area. So I can help with the psychological things, but it would be worth doing some investigating.
I'll keep an eye out. I'm just trying to reacclimate to life at the moment.
Which is perfectly understandable.
Yeah. Anyways, I think I'm done for today.
You think you're done, and there's still another half hour of talking that you're still not quite sure how she gets you to do it. Part of you is not convinced it isn't magical, but then you're very aware that it's not magic, it's just words, which in their own way are magic. Sorry.
This coming to you from the podcast side of things. This right now, what you're listening to, is magic.
We are magical. Cromwell wants to do something.
So just before the day comes to a close, I've got the whole morning or the whole rest of the day free until until 1. So I would, once a special one-on-one time with Professor Morthagus is done, I would go to, I believe you've mentioned before, there is a smithy or a workshop on the campus, correct?
So there is a blacksmith / woodworking shop. It's over sort of to the side of the guild hall. In terms of usability, it's not really accessible by people who aren't doing the subjects. But if you were close with one of the professors, you might be able to.
That's fine. I'm not going there to look for to use something myself. I'm looking for someone who knows how to use stuff in.
Sure. Usually, it would be Professor Vasvas, who is who was doing the blacksmithing side of things. On the other side, there's arcane engineering, less so. Carpentry. There's a few teachers, Professor Pepper or Professor Zin. They do all woodworking kind of stuff. Or if you were looking for more magical stuff, like I say, it would be the arcane engineering teachers, who is again Professor Pepper or Professor Fur.
Yeah, if this Professor Pepper is there, if they might be the best person of those available.
I'm loving Professor Pepper. just the alliteration is brilliant.
Professor Pepper.
Professor Pepper.
Professor Pepper.
Peter Piper?
No, because they
That's actually
pepper.
Yeah, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. That's just the first people in their family. They've all got names that if they stand in a row, they're Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Peter Piper pickled peppers. So you go along to the wood shop, and conveniently, it is currently There's no one working there. There's a couple of students in there, but it's not a lesson. But you do see the professor, this human, well, you presume it's the professor, this human woman, looking a lot more sort of professory, together, confident than the rest, sort of sitting in a corner with some books. I presume you would walk over.
Hello,
Hello?
I'm Cromwell. I've just come from a tutoring session with Professor Morthagus. And he told me that this is some kind of magical tracking thing.
Do you mind? She puts out her hand.
Go ahead.
She takes it and sort of takes a little quick look and again has her own sort of identification, little object. It's like, that is certainly a tracker, very crude. I presume this is from one of the local schools?
Origins suspected but unknown at this point. We're thinking potentially homemade by someone.
Yeah, it looks it.
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking to replicate it, I can tell you right now I'm going to be teaching you a lot more than this.
No, I'm actually looking for the best way to totally and irreparably destroy it.
Destruction would come in the form of just sort of crumbling it up, to be honest. It's only made of stone. Anything that would destroy a stone would destroy this. The runes, when broken, would...
You got a machine that'll, powder this up here? Like some kind of arcane... power hammer?
We're in a woodworking shop. There's no stonework here.
Is not something like the bit where they do metal stuff?
That's the blacksmithing area.
Yeah, if they've got a machine that you know how to use or something,
it's locked up, and I'm not trained nor insured, and you definitely aren't allowed.
Oh, well, unless there's like a stool or something, I probably couldn't reach it.
Well, that's height is not normally
Unless
the
you've got
problem.
like a little one. Okay, but you're saying anything that might break or grind up a stone, like a blast of magic could turn it to powder, crumble it up.
Possibly, depending on the power of the magic.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not supposed to be using magic without supervision on campus.
No, that's why I want to get rid of it, Professor. This isn't one of ours. We found this somewhere it shouldn't have been. So if I find any more, I just want to know that I can get rid of them.
Sure.
Thanks for your help.
No worries.
Sorry. Again, just the last question. I don't know who else I would ask, but I figured since you are next to the smithy, you might have an idea, or presumably work with Professor Vasquez. Does the school sell armor to people at a discounted rate, or even at all?
We don't sell any
I figured
weapons.
that might be a service. No?
No, we don't sell any weapons. Professor Vasquez
No armor,
is...
not weapons.
Well, any of the kind. Professor Vasquez is very particular about any weapons or armor or anything that is created in his workshop to be locked up within the walls of the university.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just go into the city. Okay, thanks, Professor.
No worries. I guess it's probably my responsibility to tell you to stay out of trouble. Armor isn't usually needed for those who are studying.
I think I've stopped growing. I'm hoping to take on some adventuring work on the side. There's potentially a warehouse full of dangerous plants I'm going to have to go into in the next month.
Well, I mean, it's not my advice to go into the adventuring life. There are much better things to do with your time, but that's up to you.
It's more of a means to an end, if I'm honest. There will come a certain point where I pack it in. I got a goal to reach.
It is every adventurer's goal to retire nicely, but most don't make it that far.
Well, in that case, I'll die very unfulfilled.
That's very sad.
I mean, I wasn't planning on dying, but you gave very sage advice that might happen. So,
well, if you ever are interested in arcane engineering or carpentry instead of adventuring, I'm sure I could get you into the course.
Carpentry not so much, but I do arcane theory and magic and stuff at the moment. So maybe as the years go on, I might
it
Am
would
I
be
sitting?
a good subject to move into for your second year.
And you could teach me to make better stuff than this?
Oh God, so much better. Gee, if you ever made something like this, I'd kick you off the course. This is horrific. Whoever made
So
this has
this-
the intelligence of a child, less.
So this is not even worth like 5 copper.
Oh God,
This is
no.
Totally.
I
totally
think
without
actually it's worth less than the materials it was made from, and I'm pretty sure that's a pebble from the ground. Like that is
that. Okay.
crude. To
This
say
is
the
why
least.
some
Unsanitary.
people think university goers are elitist, Alex. You can't do this.
No, this is why people
Okay.
think that Franklin's an idiot.
Wait, you say they did it?
No.
Come on, Purdy.
I'll take the thing back. I'll go to my super secret hiding place.
Okay. Are you sneaking
and
there, or
because-
just if there are people around, just be like, "See ya."
I'm going with the if I do anything with confidence, people won't question me. Approach.
Sure.
True.
And then once I'm in there, because it isn't affected by being in water, because it's magic, I'm just going to keep blasting it with with what did I call it? With wretched caress.
I mean-
until it is broken into many pieces.
You go into the water,
Oh,
and
Eldritch Blast, isn't it?
you go into the water, and immediately, like the glow just kind of stops.
I'm still gonna blast it into about 15 pieces.
Sure. Give
No
me
ricey solutions.
what damage does wretched whatever the hell you call
what-
it do?
Damage type or
Yeah.
what damage die?
What damage type is force?
Force, yeah.
Yeah. Then
A
just give me
smashing
like give me like a generic 3 attack rolls.
That's an 18, a 22,
Wow.
and another 22.
Good lord. Yeah, I mean, after a couple of them, it's pretty indiscernible. I mean, it's a small pebble anyway, so it kind of just sort of breaks into pieces, floats away. I mean, after a bit, you can't hit the tiny pieces.
That's fine. I'll gather up as many of the pieces as I'm able to.
Sure.
But purposefully, I will miss like at minimum 2 or 3.
Sure.
Cool. And I'll get out. I'll surface like a seal. I'll dry off the pebble bits,
Sure.
put them in my pocket, dry me off, and go on about the rest of my day.
Sure. The day end comes eventually. As usual, you'd all sort of like meet in the apartment at vague times after schools, clubs, and all that kind of thing in the evening. I'm sure Carly's sitting there studying as he always does. Neva, maybe obsessing still quite a lot.
Oh, definitely still obsessing.
Yeah, Maisie with many questions about what's going on.
Neva's now got a portable murder board.
I think Maisie's sitting like cross-legged on her bed, trying to figure out what the hell that voice was, and trying to contact it, going like,
Give me
In her head.
Give me a wisdom save.
I believe it's 13.
13.
Hello.
13. You don't like get contact, but as you're sitting there in the room, there's just this like constant, very, very low level anxiety sort of feeling that just you're not alone. Like the sort of thing that makes you every now and again just sort of like look over your shoulder. Like, you don't really know what you're looking for or at. So just sort of like, it's weird. But you're in your room and there's no one around. There's nothing there.
Mm.
It's not like stress inducing, it's just like a little weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Play bass then.
Perfectly in tune. Yeah. Is there anything else of the evening that you make? I'll take that as a no. The week itself, then, moving through, there's some chain lessons, more Professor Gunthal sort of lessons, but unless you interrupt it with other things, we'll just sort of plod along, just kind of
Well-
keep going.
Neva would definitely ask about the the thing that was in the
Totally thought you were going to let
And
that
also,
slip by.
No, God, no!
Count said he would talk to his mother about if she's heard anything. I presume the parents will be leaving fairly soon.
Sure.
I've got a very important thing to ask as well, which is how does Dance Society go?
Who's at Dance? Are you at Dance Society?
Both of us are.
Are you both?
Are we?
going to-
We were,
Yeah,
we were also
I didn't
given
know
a
you were
clue
danced.
as to the next-
yeah, she's doing
Marvel.
I thought it was a secret.
that. Nope. Neither does Dance too. She literally has 1 or 2 clubs every single day.
Maisie goes along to dance for the first time, sort of like, with a hood up and sort of sneaking along. Walks in just like, okay, I'm in my safe space, and just like directly across you see Neva just like stretching.
Resist having to walk out.
Hey! Hi!
No, resist having to walk out.
No, come on! Come on, we can do our special dance. I can pull the video up of the special dance if you want.
No, I'll stay. Just don't make me do it.
Come on, you know you want to. It's our
No.
special dance. Come on,
Mm-mm.
everyone will love it. Come
Mm-mm.
on, you know you want to.
I'm
Come
here
on.
specifically to make my chain knife skills better. And that's it.
What?
Velka told me to try dance to, because there's a lot of weird movement stuff that should help with the chain knife. Go.
Okay, whatever. Told you should have joined dance with me when we were kids.
Oh, well, apparently, but how was I supposed to know?
Because I would know best.
You're dating Franklin, so clearly not.
What's Franklin
Also-
got to do with this?
Also friends with Siobhan.
Friends is very loose term there.
Pretending to be friends counts.
It makes my life easier.
Does it? Because you seem to hate her, and it makes your life, like when you're alone, worse. 'Cause then you have
Shall
to
we
live
do
with
that
yourself
special
knowing that
dance?
you've made
Let's
that
do
choice.
the
No,
dance.
absolutely not.
Come on, let's do the dance. Let's show everyone. Come on,
Nope.
let's do it. Come on. Come on.
Haven't done it for years. I'm not going to do it now.
She finds a way to put the music on to do it.
No, you don't. Absolutely not. It's so much worse than that, Cromwell.
Give me a persuasion.
Against me?
Yeah.
What?
Give a wisdom saving throw.
You can't force them to do a dance that they don't want to do.
22.
I was never going to be a force. You are in one of those situations where, like, Neva knows exactly how to push exactly all of Maisie's buttons, and like, there's the guilt, there's like all of it, and you don't have to, but like, it's like all the correct pressure points.
I have just one counter correct pressure point. But I died last week.
That was last week. You've been told you need to learn to dance.
Fuck. Fine.
Learn to dance, not redo your dance.
Purdy's looking up the video. It's something that we discussed, like, while we were coming up with the characters, that it could be one of their super secret distraction moves if we ever needed to use it. And that's why we both took some points in charisma, so that we're not horrible.
It's not where each of you stand like to one side and you go like fusion.
No.
Is it?
No, it's like a weird, like, I don't even know. I can't remember. I know there's a point where one of them is swung between somebody's legs and like flung up the other side. That's all I remember.
Sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
You decided your stat allocation based on this one thing. You're like, we need to be able to stab people, and also maybe once we'll do a dance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Both
If
give me
you're
a-
not deciding your stats based completely off of a single video, then what are you even doing with your life?
Off a random TikTok video.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
this
yeah.
isn't a thing of you two dancing on a call. Okay.
No, it's a TikTok video. 17.
7.
Neva's given it her all. Maisie is just so not there for it.
so not my shoulder gives out.
Yeah, or at least it gives out with
Yeah.
quotes. It's all right. I mean, the memories are there. People enjoy it more than you think. To be honest, like no one's mocking
They
you.
don't.
It's a dance club. People enjoy dancing. The embarrassment, you might feel it, but it's not being projected. So it's all right. Anyway, side skirts aside, there is a point, of course, when Cromwell comes back. Neva, you see him and are like, "Oh no."
What up?
So, what did they say?
So mixed news. So Professor Morthagus, the well-known, super powerful wizard, agreed. Yes.
Hmm?
Yes. Might have been the wrong person to ask. Because they did like this, like crazy. They looked at it. I'll just kind of bring out a handful of like the little rubble and put it on like the table. So they were able to tell me what it is and stuff about it, but I think it was maybe a little. He said don't get it wet. And it is a tracker. He said it's like dog shit tier quality.
Knew it,
as-
Sean.
As did the other professor that I asked about it, actually, Professor Pepper in arcane engineering. They were like, if you actually, they both threatened that if I had made this, they would have kicked me off of their respective courses. I don't even take one of their courses. So we're talking like true like rubbish dump tier.
Roll a deception versus insight. Not for the second bit. The second bit was all true, but the first bit.
Am I rolling the inside?
Well, if you want to insight.
Yeah,
It's a 13.
I got 15.
It's very close, but like it doesn't make sense. Doesn't add up. Because like, the second half was like, oh, it's rubbish, it's dog shit. He knew what it was, but then some powerful magic destroyed it, and like it's not that you don't believe it, like straight out, just like he's just lying. It's more like that doesn't something doesn't seem right. Maybe withheld information.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's what he told me. He looked at it and then it crumbled.
There was just a few steps in between.
Did it rain? Yeah, that is the truth.
Exactly.
Did it rain
What
today at
caused
all?
it to crumble?
Did it rain today at all?
No rain today.
Damn it. What caused it to crumble? I mean, I'm not a powerful wizard, so he didn't seem all that bothered by it. Oh,
Okay.
there is something I'm forgetting to tell you.
Ah.
He kind of gave me the recipe for a salad, and he was like, "This is." It was something like, put the thing in the salad, and it'll. I don't know.
Can we do that with the dust?
If you want to try and eat rock dust.
Well, obviously, like
It was like, well, it said, get a ripe tomato.
okay,
Now this sounds like I'm lying.
it really
But I'm not.
does.
He said to get a tomato and cabbage
Okay.
and salt.
Yes.
And if we were to put it in, before it kind of, but he was like, if it's whole, then it will like point. I think it was point in a direction, but I don't know.
Okay. Silly question, Cromwell.
That wasn't a question.
No. I was waiting for you to respond. Do you know what happened to Franklin?
He was taken by some goons.
Okay.
That's what I mean. We were there, no? Well, we were like
Straight away,
we were
pins a picture of Cromwell to a
we were
board.
adjacent. Okay. Why did you just have a
I'm
picture
watching.
flying around? How did you get my picture? I don't like having my picture taken.
I'm watching you.
That's fine. I think you told me that already. We're like when we first met. Had you taken your eyes off me?
Yes.
Okay.
I was
Well,
foolish.
I'd still love to get some of that armor.
Good for you. You may need it.
Yeah, that's why I want it. That's specifically the purpose of me getting it, because I might need it.
Just like I was gonna say, maybe like an intimidation roll, but now screw that. I just love this whole thing. Just like you'll need
wasn't
it.
for decoration.
Yeah.
I love this game.
Do you have decorative armor?
Watch your back.
I can't do that. I don't understand.
So, now that Neva doesn't believe anything that Cromwell is saying, for probably good reason, what's going to
Because
happen?
he's lying.
Yes, Cal wants to go talk to his mother. No, you can RP if you want. I will tell you right now, she didn't know anything more.
That's fine. The conversation would be, do you know anything?
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
no.
she's very
But
accepting.
also-
No, to be fair, you didn't go see her because she would have already left on the Sunday. You would talk to her over the phone.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
your mother!
Call your mother. So yeah, she.
I would
talked
have
to you.
I would have gone to see them on the Sunday before they left.
Yeah, of course. I had presumed. Like when we do time skips, like all that kind of stuff just becomes under presumption. So yes, it's
So I would tell Neva that I have spoken to my mother, and she knows nothing.
no, she's kind of cut out from the whole process.
Oh no, I guess it's a dead end. Time to give up and let the police handle it.
It's fine. She's found a new avenue.
What's Neva's plan? She's got a different avenue. What's happening? Come on, tell me. Tell me right now. Tell me, Neva. What are you doing?
Fine, I'll tell you. You could have complained about how annoyed he was.
Stop making so much noise, Neva. Shut up. Tell me things.
What's in the bag?
I'm not sure what was hard to understand about me telling you to both shut up and talk at the same time. But can Neva please say what she's doing? What's happening?
Well, it's like I'm stuck between two minds of having a Cromwell dartboard or following the Cromwell avenue of something's up with him, something's sus.
I will say there wasn't enough of a difference in your dice to be like truly sus. It was just like, oh, he's just not like fully telling the truth.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but
Which I then did tell you more truth.
you did, yes. But she always thinks Cromwell's sus anyway.
That's because I'm among you. We are among us.
What happens now with no... What then? We don't know if he put it... And then she could have done... Someone help me!
What? What do you want help with?
Where are you when you're saying that?
Finding Franklin!
You're gonna have to say hard pass on the helping with Franklin bit.
Yeah.
Ah,
We recently
Thank
got a
you.
clue as to where we can find the next marble. Why don't we do that? That's something we like to spend
Oh yeah.
time doing.
Velka dropped a subtle hint that we should look at her old friend Barty to find the next marble.
Which we thought at first was the big guy with the sword, but turned out to be, I think he was a tiger.
It was a tabaxi.
Oh,
No, that doesn't sound right.
yeah. It was the
She's probably on about Bartlett Decivir.
that's the one. The
Oh,
cat-
then where do you think we should go to find information on Bartlett Decivir?
that hearing that name makes me want pear pudding.
That's
Imagine
weird.
why.
Why?
Don't know, just strikes a deep place within me.
Okay. Well, let me go find my book on the Strangelings. But then
Well, hang on,
afterwards,
hang
we
on,
are
hang on.
finding Franklin.
I've had a
I
thought.
don't think we are.
Maybe the real
We are.
Franklin is the marble that we find along the way.
I've had a thought though. You know the
She picked where we're in the lounge bit, aren't we?
Probably.
I'd assume so.
Yeah.
Unless
What's
you've
on the
invited us
coffee
to the
table?
room.
look, this university, right? There's
Hang on. What's on the coffee table?
coffee. There's different places.
You guys have been living. Shut up for a second. You guys have been living here for like 2 months. It's whatever you put on the coffee table.
Okay.
Well, is there a mysterious letter that has appeared via
Neva
DM?
will pick up the closest mug to her and throw it at Cromwell.
Roll a ranged attack.
Natural 20. I don't know what my modifier is.
What the hell?
It's an improvised weapon, so I guess improvised weapons are
A
like
D4.
A D4. I mean, are you
Is
trying to
it
hit
or
it?
if you're proficient with it, or is it just?
Yeah, is it just 1 damage?
I don't know, but either way, I'm just throwing it.
I think it might just be 1, unless you've got like Tavern Brawler.
I
Sure.
do.
In which case, Cromwell just gets clocked in the head with a mug.
Cool.
That's for the
Reflexive,
Franklin comment.
reflexively,
You mean
Tentacle of the
Pitchfinger?
Deep.
Wait, reflexively what?
What?
Tentacle of the Deep.
Ooh. You gonna roll to attack?
I don't want to be deeped by your tentacle.
I mean, you started it. That is only an 11.
Does that hit? I don't think it does. So you throw this this mug, it just like punks off his head, and that instinctively, like a little disoriented, this tentacle just goes whoosh out the ground,
You've not
just
seen
missing
me cast
you.
a spell. This is just a thing that happens.
Mhm. And it just skirts past you, like it kind of like knocks everything out the way.
It sticks around for like 10 minutes.
Oh well, there you go. And then it just stays there.
I think it's something like 10 minutes.
Now, calm down, you two.
Put a
Let's start
coat on
wrecking the
it, and
joint.
if it's coat back.
Ooh, it's a spooky ghost!
A minute it lasts for.
Jameis walks in just
Put
like
on it.
Jameis just walks in just like. Do you get any ornament?
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, I
No,
don't
we're-
ask. They're
Don't
Put
ask.
your
weird
keys in that
tentacles
hole
down
over there. if
Oh
you
my
wanna-
god! Everybody is
if you wanna
talking at the
join
same
us, mate.
time.
So yeah, we
You
got
gotta-
this. Everyone stopped by the time I started.
You've got to put your keys in that bowl if you want to come and sit in on this.
Yeah, apparently we're gonna be deeped by his tentacle.
Hey, Jay, did you ever meet Franklin?
No, not really.
Mm.
Like it wasn't
How
really
did-
around.
Did you meet him like at all though?
No,
Like,
Yeah,
in
how
like
did
2
you know you
seconds.
were moving out?
Franklin being here meant she got kicked out.
Yeah, there was like a second
Oh.
when I wasn't sure I was living.
Oh, then I'm sure you have a great impression of him.
I don't know.
He
I-
drank
I-
piss.
I-
in
that's
front of
weird.
us.
You made him drink piss.
That's
It was his
weirder,
choice.
I think.
He hid the
He
piss
sucks.
as apple juice and made Franklin
He's the
drink
worst
it.
of all of us.
He's
Who
not
can't tell the
the
difference between
worst.
piss and
He's horrible.
Well, if you
He's a
do the stupid
misogynist.
tricks you do, he's not
He's a misogynist.
misogynistic.
He's a cheater. He's
Well, we're not 100% sure about that one.
really because you seemed pretty sure about it last time.
No, that was because I was trying to impress you.
Oh, and the whole comment with Siobhan of why you think that she may be responsible, it has nothing to do with that, huh?
Because she's jealous. She wants to
Hmm.
be with him and can't because he chooses to be with me.
Neva,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Neva,
Yeah.
you were on your way to get a book before you rudely threw a mug at me out of nowhere.
That was the Franklin comment. But yes, I'll go get my book. Thank you.
I'm going to be honest right now. I am far too high for this.
You didn't share?
You know,
On what?
I offered.
You're
Did
not
you?
doing anything like that,
think-
Maisie.
Maisie has never done any drugs.
Totally never done anything like that, especially when I just came back from the dead. Never.
Is
Can I roll perception to see if she's on the tree?
Seeing as you said perception instead of insight, no.
That's insight, that's it. I don't know
You can
why.
roll an insight, sure. I'm
Thank
going to roll a deception on Jameis with double disadvantage because she's so fucking high right now. Which means-
My deception is 15.
yeah, she got like a 4. A natural 20 is one of them.
I got a 12.
Yeah, I mean, Maisie seems truthful, and then there's just like Jameis just like, no, never. Like, she really thinks she's got it together. Like, nope.
See, I believe Maisie, but I don't believe you.
Is what you're high on illegal in this place?
Not specifically legal, much in where we are. Just like not very illegal.
So not a Schedule 1
But still-
drug.
No.
But still illegal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
It's weed, basically.
Seamus,
Uh-huh.
would you buy me some armor so I don't die, please?
I have absolutely no money.
Spent it all on drugs.
Do you have a spare set of light armor that you're not using? Same goes to anyone, really.
Nope.
Afraid not.
Nope.
You know, I already died once. I feel like if I already died once, the armor clearly isn't doing much for me. So here you go. Take my leather jacket.
No!
Thank you.
It's
No
Is
problem.
it leather or
huge.
studded leather?
Oh, it's just leather.
Okay. Would you help me cut it down to my size?
No!
I mean, it was like a cropped
I don't know how to
jacket,
say
so it
that.
probably like fits you normally. The arms are a little long.
Yeah.
If I take off my trench coat and I put your thing on, how does it look?
A little baggy.
Stupid.
What if
It
I get
comes-
like?
It
What-
comes down to your
what if I
waist
get,
correctly,
like-
though.
What if I get like a nice belt and really tie the whole thing together?
It's really the
Uh,
arms that are off.
Mm-hmm.
what if I roll them up?
No, I've got an idea. Cromwell, will you let me do something, please?
Not when you haven't told me what it is.
Just to sort the arms out.
By
Bye. Oh, sorry.
If I sort them out.
doing what?
Come here, let me do this. And she just grabs hold of the sleeves and starts tying them behind his
You
back.
threw a mug at me. What? What are you doing?
There! That's better!
I
Tentacle,
don't think
come
that
on and
works.
tie me.
No, I'm good.
That's why I said tentacle.
Oh, I thought you said one ago.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway,
I'm
I've got the
very
book. And Bartlett was a chef who, weirdly enough, Cromwell liked baking stuff, special pens.
What was his name?
Why is that weird?
Of it.
That sounds
Because
like what a chef would do.
because there's a place in the university called Desavere, isn't there?
Yes. I'm
that
sure
somewhere that
neither
we
would
both-
remember, but
I was to
Bernie
say,
cannot.
who remembers?
I'm going to bring up my paperwork now.
Is that somewhere that we go?
I think it was like
Um,
Decimere Square or some.
Yeah, it's
It
not
was
somewhere that you would have been
Rattingham Court.
a ton. Yes, but in Rattingham Court,
Rattingham.
you said Rattingham first, which is where a lot of the clubs end up being, where the library is. There is the sort of like central quad. I don't know if quad goes into American, like a square of grass that is called Desavere Quad.
Quite a short for quadrangle, do you know that?
I know that, but I'm not sure if like American universities or schools would call it a quad.
Mm.
I think I've heard of quad being a thing in like American
Oh,
school
quad,
and
right.
college movies.
It has a quad,
dude. Yeah, that sounds American. American. Yeah.
You just have to sort of like,
It's where
Yeah.
I believe it's the only place where Americans are legally allowed to play ultimate frisbee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
such
So I was
square.
I was just saying that, you know, near the library there's a place with Barty's name. Maybe a coincidence, but it's could be there.
But is there like an image of him? Because she specifically said to take a look at her old friend Barty.
I don't know. You can have a-
Maybe there's a statue.
Sure.
We'll see.
We could always go and have a look. It's only over by the library.
Yeah, looks
Well, should we do
good.
that in? Should we do that in the morning? Because someone threw a mug at me today.
Did
I don't know what that means.
good. Anyway, we should do that because then I need to go and see if I can find Franklin.
Is this in the evening? We're about to go to bed. Because if we're going to go to bed, I'm going to cast. Because I'll get it back again straight away, so we get it back. I'm going to cast Twilight Sanctuary over all of
And
us.
that does.
A nice dim light, and it grants temporary hit points, which you're not going to worry about because you're not going to be fighting. But it can also end to one effect. So I'm trying to end any charm that's on anybody.
I wonder who.
Suddenly, I find you all much more revolting than I did.
Yeah, no, I hate you more.
Yeah. So anybody who is charmed is not charmed anymore.
I'm not charming. I'm mischievous.
You were never anywhere. No one ever thought
I'm-
you were charming.
Mischievous.
Neva, if you're really going to go look for Franklin, I'll go with you. I'm not going to help, but I will go with you.
I'll come with
Really?
as
I'm
well.
not going with you.
Just to make sure you don't die.
Thank you, guys.
I'm not going with you.
I'm
Good. I
I think
didn't want
it's
you
likely
there.
to end in your death.
I'm
I'm
going to
not
go with
going
you because I don't want anybody else
Oh,
dying.
thank you.
You're doing all the
I think we
legwork.
should do
These
this
are
Marvel
real
thing
friends.
I'm not going to look under a single rock. I'm just going to stand by your side.
It's
Try
still
not to
better
stand
than
in front of
nothing
one of these sharks.
because
Okay?
you will subconsciously still be searching for me.
If I see him, I
I,
specifically won't say anything.
You will. You know you will.
I
If you
won't.
I'm
love
just
me,
gonna-
you would.
Out there. I think taking Maisie means you will be in more danger.
Fuck you.
What are you trying to say about my sister?
Maisie's pretty good with those knife things.
I'll kill you in your sleep.
Ooh, can we both do it?
You can try.
I mean,
Sure.
when we were fighting that crystalline monster thing, she did a lot
The one that
of
killed me.
damage. Yeah, but before the only reason I managed to eventually kill it was because you had done all the damage.
Statistically, among all of us who have died, it's Maisie's kind of bringing down the curve. So statistically, you're more likely to be in danger when she's around.
Or
I mean,
That's
you
not-
don't know that
she's already died once, so
you don't know that nobody else here has died.
That's true.
Have you died,
That's
Jay?
true. You're a princess.
Also,
so
if we're going off that
I would explain why you're
thing-
not a dwarf anymore.
What?
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 I was never a dwarf.
I'm confused now. You know, apparently
I
Volga
think
has
it's
died like 8
bedtime.
times.
Uh-huh.
Actually,
Who's Velka?
Ah.
Oh, Professor Dinsen.
No, I mean that makes a lot of sense. I'm not gonna.
She's a
Yeah.
10,000-year-old assassin.
She's
She's not
10,000 years
She's like
old.
600 something.
I don't
They
know.
don't listen to
she's
him.
not-
She's
10,000.
600,000 years old.
No, 600, not
No.
600,000. No.
10,000.
No,
No.
600, not.
She's not even 1,000 yet.
Listen, there are two things I know for certain in this world. The first
No,
Nothing.
don't say
is
it.
that you
We're
are
not twins, and she's
And the
not
second
6,000 years old.
is that Professor
Jay,
Dinsen
do
is
you have any
10,000
more of
years
the
old.
good stuff?
Maybe.
Oh, I go to bed. You'll give me a headache.
Jay, I'm going to your room.
I'm gonna say that
Yeah.
I just want this little scene of, it all comes to a close. You've all decided the mornings when it comes. You all separate out, except for maybe just like Jay standing there and Maisie hanging a little bit back, and Jay just kind of leans over, just like. So I have absolutely no idea what I agreed to just there. I'm going to be honest.
Oh,
I'm very out of it.
that's fair. We're just following Maisie around. Or fuck, I'm Maisie. Neva around.
Wow!
I will follow you around.
Finally!
Yeah, we're gonna follow Maisie around.
And then she's just gonna like hand you a little. It's kind of squished foil, and inside it's just like what used to be multiple brownies is now kind of one brownie ball. I made them quite strong, so I think you're in for a time.
Oh, cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, there was something I was gonna check. Rowan, have you told us that you're hearing like a voice?
No, specifically no. Every time I talk to you guys about that stuff, I just say it's brain stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, night everybody. Can somebody make sure that I don't wander off in the night? And if I do wander off in the night, please don't follow me.
Oh yeah, lock your door from the inside, and then like, do you want me to tie you to the bed?
I think we were just
No,
taking
it's-
away the front door key. Was the agreement?
That's it, yeah.
Oh yeah, give me your front door key.
I
There you go.
really am concerned about what you're into, Cromwell.
I'm into.
Tentacle porn.
I don't understand.
Bondage.
Especially bondage.
So
never had to try
Thursday
tentacle.
morning comes around rapidly
God, I love Friday D&D. This is good.
and
Same.
shifting across. You've done fucking nothing in 2 hours.
I know, I'm sorry.
Nothing has
Continue.
happened.
Sorry.
I feel like I accomplished something.
Nothing happened.
Go,
love
continue.
Friday D&D.
Go, continue.
I was just going to ask if there's anything I should do before we get to the weekend, because you would be aware that the Sunday is the first Assault Course time trial.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit.
I guess we're
Yeah.
going to look
Well,
for
when
Barty,
We go
right?
practice. Oh yeah, we look for Barty.
Oh, yeah,
we look
yeah,
for Franklin, and we practice.
Which one are you doing first?
Barty.
Barty.
Barty. So you make your way across to Rathingham Court, and you usually just go to the library, and sometimes you guys go to some of the practice rooms, but you work your way past
Neither automatically starts going towards the library, and someone has to pull it back.
Here's sort of dragon.
Nope.
Go around some of the buildings. There's Felix House is that sort of little wonky building that you walk around and get to Desivere Quad, and it's a fairly boring quad in all. It's made of 4 different patches of grass, and in the center is a fountain. And I believe the fountain has.
Fountain, you say?
And I believe the fountain. It's a shallow fountain, and it has a
New hiding place
a
unlocked.
statue of Barty.
Ah.
I'm going to look at it so hard. Just
Give me a perception investigation. whichever
How
you like.
stoned are you right now?
I have. a
this is the
question
next
for you,
morning.
Alex.
Yeah, but still, how stoned are you right now?
Give me a Constitution save.
Rowan's 2.5 drunks in. 2.5 drunks in.
Rowan is 2.5
Drunk.
drunk. Sorry, what were you saying, Joe?
Wow. You have told us several times that the Strangelings have been idealized over the passing of the years.
Mm.
So, is this Barty in his returned original glory, or is this like hench, swole as fuck, muscular bodybuilder Barty?
It's not like super duper muscular, but it's a very like.
Oni
fit
the tiger?
body. Yeah, it's like a fit body, a lot taller, standing, very strong. He's got like some weapons and knives, which obviously he didn't as much. He had pots and pans. There is a little but beneath him, sort of around sort of the bottom of the statue, is like a tiger with wings. It's like a very exaggerated.
Oh, I missed that cat.
Same.
What did I call it? It was
Concord.
another pair name.
Concord.
I think. Yes, Concord, because Concord is a kind of pair.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I got an 11 on my perception.
Is anyone else looking, or is it
Yes,
just the one?
I'm going to
Yeah, go on.
Roll some dice.
I will be looking in the water.
Sure.
I need to
Oh,
wave
really?
a tray out.
9. Oh, I tell you what.
9.
Oh,
Anybody who's going to do any skill
also
checks,
got a
I'm
9.
going to guidance them.
what are we doing again?
Perception or investigation?
Possession.
Looking in a fountain. It's just
So
Wow.
I got a 22 then.
Oh, right. Well,
wow. Okay, so you're just looking around, just like, yes, this is indeed a statue. But neither at one point you're sort of looking around and you see on the inner edge. So like a fountain in this sense, or sorry, in this case, it's going to be a circle shape, and it's kind of a bowl, effectively, with a statue in the center of it that pours water. So on the inside of the wall, that would be the edge of the bowl, you just sort of catch a weird sort of glimmer of green, and you go over and investigate, and there's just this very small green sigil of a dragon sort of curled up around itself. I mean, like maybe a status ring indicator.
Guys.
Yeah.
Yes. I've just found some water.
Okay, well
I'm
I
not sure
found
this is the size. Sorry. What did you find?
I found this, and she points at it.
Oh, what's interesting.
Oh! Is that the orb? That doesn't look like an orb.
Doesn't look like it to
Touch
me.
it. touch it.
Is it a button or
Touch it.
Neither touches it.
No.
You're touching it? Okay,
Yep.
thank you. You touch it, and the absolute micro fraction of a second that your finger touches the wall, all of you just suddenly like lurched backwards. It's something that you'd sort of recognize as teleportation. Just and it's almost as though you're pulled backwards into like a bush. There's like leaves slapping you in the face as you zoom backwards, and eventually are just like shot out the other end of whatever it was and just land in the middle of a forest. All of you, including Jay.
Aggressive.
Including Jay, who wasn't with you and has just appeared going, the fuck am I?
Hey,
Oh,
It's a very dense
Where
forest.
are
There's
Wait.
very, very tall trees, like a mixture, mostly fir trees, but some other types, dark wood. And there's this tall canopy, hundreds of feet in the air, that blocks a lot of the light coming through, some small like god rays coming through. But nothing you recognize. You're not really in a clearing. It's a bit clearer where you are, but like there's a lot of trees around you. There's no defined space. And it's nothing that any of you, at least at the first look, recognize. And there's also no paths. There's no nothing. It's just been fired into a forest.
Neva looks at her clothes and goes, "Hey, Maisie! Told you I could blend in the forest."
Can she
Okay.
blend into the forest, actually, though?
Give me a stealth.
What do I give? A perception?
Yeah. Oh, no.
9.
8. Damn, you're right.
So not really,
Wow.
but yeah.
I'm like actually surprised. That kind of works.
Yeah, you told me to wear black, and I said no because I will blend into the forest with what I wear. And I told you.
I'm sorry. You're saying you're blending in, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
look, it kind of works. If the
okay.
So if I
Because she
stand in this direction like this,
just
it
step to the
works.
side a little bit, you're kind
Oh,
of in
I
a
got-
god ray right now. Just yeah. See,
Yeah.
look.
And then let me bend that hand that way.
If you look from this direction, you can hardly see her.
That's remarkable, actually. Yeah, remarkable is probably the word. Anyway,
Okay, moving on. We're in a forest. Where the hell are we?
I don't know.
You can give some perceptions to sort of have a bit more of an intense look around if you like.
I will percept.
I'm rolling garbage. That's a
Go
7.
do wisdom
Yeah.
saving instead. I'm good at
14.
also got a 7.
that. Yeah, I can't find
I
perception.
rolled both of their numbers together.
Oh, for God's sake, natural 1.
Oh my
4.
god, guys!
Okay, let's go through it individually. Father, Carle.
I will give guidance to anybody who wants it,
Okay, but you got a natural 1.
but I got a natural 1.
Okay, Rowan,
7.
Purdy,
14. Sorry, not 4. 14.
I got
14, Joe.
7 also.
None of you recognize this forest. It in fact doesn't really look like anything around Veluna. Possibly the right kind of environment for being in Carmanthia somewhere, possibly further to the west, but nowhere that you
Do
would have
the-
really traveled.
Do the trees have like rectangular trunks and like blocks of like leaves at the
You're
top?
not in
and
Minecraft.
the ground?
So if
We're
we
not in
we
Minecraft.
like knock it all
Stop.
down and then take some wood with us.
Stop.
If I go and punch a tree, will I
No.
gain the
Alex would
tree?
not do
And then,
that.
and then we have to put them into a certain order, and we can get a wooden.
What gave
Guys,
this impression? Like there was nothing that I said that would imply
I think we're gonna have to switch back to Saturday mornings. This is not okay.
chaos. We're just a little
I can't believe you
chaos
guys wanted to
gremlins.
start like properly drinking through
We're
this.
just chaos gremlins. Anyway,
that was
none of you
fair.
recognize the forest. It is environment-wise, like I said, very tall fir trees or that kind of evergreen trees in the most part, thick dark wood trunks, and it's similar temperature to when you left, sort of like a 12 to 15 degrees Celsius, cold but warm enough if you're wearing like a jacket or two.
Not anymore. Cromwell has
Well,
my jacket.
Exactly, but no, nothing that you're not.
Oh, did you actually give that to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a leather jacket.
Excellent.
So-
I am unarmored.
Is anybody any good at like climbing trees or something? Maybe we can get a bit high.
I'm great at climbing trees. I got
I
it.
can
Yeah,
try.
I rule at that stuff. That's like my forte, Cal.
So we
I'm
need
glad we've
someone-
known each other this long, but you have to ask who's good at
Can we-
climbing trees.
need
Can
someone
we
to go
all
up.
remember who got the golden orb?
True.
I mean,
true.
I'm a gymnast. I don't know if that will help me.
We need someone to go up and see what they can see, basically.
Sorry, quick question.
Yeah.
Why the fuck am I in a forest? I was just like in my room.
Oh,
Well-
we touched a green dragon thing, so we
Yeah.
think this is another orb.
Did we? Did we do that? Was that a decision that
Yes,
we made?
we
Well,
did
I-
it.
Yes.
I did keep saying, Neva, do it. So I'm
Yeah,
at least going to take
I
partial
distinctly heard Cal say, "No, don't touch it."
I did not hear Cal say that at all.
I tried to. I wasn't quick enough.
No, I did
Okay,
not
so
hear you
well,
say it.
There's a surprise.
Neva and I made the decision to touch it.
Impulsive behaviors once again. All right. Well, what are we dealing with then?
I'm going to climb this
Coming
tree.
from you, who was literally doing drugs last night.
14 to climb
I
the
think
tree.
I'd know if I was doing drugs. 14 to climb the tree. You get about halfway, fairly proficiently, when you realize that you're like 100 feet up and you're only about halfway there. Like, it's much taller than you thought.
What the fuck is
And
this, a
you're like-
What
redwood?
do I
You're
need?
exhausted.
Can I use acrobatics to climb the tree?
Yeah, I believe that is what was just.
Okay,
you're
that's
allowed
a
to.
26.
I
then.
used athletics.
1 second. I mean, yeah, but either really work. I will say, just for Maisie first, you're about 100 feet up. I will let you roll again to keep going, but it will be at disadvantage because you're exhausted, or you can go down safely without a roll.
I'm going to go down. Guys, this tree's really fucking big. Is there any chance this is like one of the virtual simulation things like the red orb thing was?
Also,
A
more than that,
virtual simulation.
Whilst Maisie's saying that,
Are the
I'm already
trees
climbing up with the
rectangular with like blocks of
They're not.
leaves on them.
This is why I hesitated to make that joke earlier, because I thought we'd go back to that. But here we are again anyway. No.
With the
they're-
26, you get, you get to the top of the tree.
Oh,
It's very difficult to do this last little bit because it gets very thin and spindly, holding onto twigs. But eventually, you just sort of like poke your head over the top, and you don't have enough purchase to see like really well at the top. But it's just a forest, every single direction as far as you can see.
helpful.
Guys, the view up here is great.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I said the view up here is great.
I can't
You
hear
gotta
what
come
she's
back
saying.
down. We can't hear you.
I think she's telling us to move on, and she'll catch
oh,
up.
she said
I'm not
late.
doing that.
She said it's not too late. I think.
Let's just wait till she comes back down.
Yeah, I come back
Yeah,
down.
you successfully get back down to the bottom. Your arms are quite sore. You just climbed like 200 feet.
Told you I was a tree climber.
That was very,
Anyway.
very impressive. So what do you
Then
see?
why didn't you get the gold orb for us?
Because it wasn't a tree.
Yeah. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, because it wasn't a tree.
Jay, whose side are you on? Come on.
My own side.
No.
I was taken here against my will.
I agree. If Neva's sole area of specialization is tree climbing, more power to you. If that's what you're good at, you own it.
That's my area of
you
expertise.
Do you, boo-boo.
It's my area
You
of
can climb
expertise.
And nothing else. I'm not sure what just happened.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't think anybody knows. I don't think Purdy knows what she just did. I want everyone in the podcast to know that Purdy made
Neva,
that.
I think you're having an allergic reaction.
No, you
to
know
long-distance
when
teleportation.
somebody is like throwing a tantrum, you're to the
No,
their bottom lip sticking out. Oh my god, is that only a thing for my family did?
I'm pretty
I'm
sure,
afraid
yes.
so.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I haven't a clue.
When your bottom lip basically drops out, my family used to do the to you. So Neva was doing that to Maisie.
Wait,
I think that's
Hang
great.
on.
I love it.
so your bottom lip would be out because you were having a tantrum as a child,
Yeah.
and they would go to your mouth,
No, they
and
do
make a
it
noise.
themselves.
or they would do it to themselves.
Yeah.
I like it.
No,
They do it to
no,
themselves.
I've had to explain it. It seems really weird.
Can I look around for signs of like tracks or something?
Sure, give me a nature.
Nature,
Mhm.
But first,
not survival.
Oh, wait, survival, yeah,
First.
survival.
guidance.
Would my advantage on survival count towards this?
What is your advantage from?
We had discussed it was from the new thing.
Right. Yeah, go for it.
From brain stuff. Nebulous brain stuff.
That's a natural 20, baby, which makes for a 22.
Whoop, whoop.
So you don't find tracks, but in fact, you don't find any tracks. I mean, like, there's no bugs, there's no bunnies, mice, anything big. There's nothing, as far as you can tell, alive other than the trees anywhere.
That's strange.
Can I do a
there's, like,
nature check?
Weirdly nothing here.
If you do a nature, what are you trying to discover?
Just if air, like even the trees, like
I was going to do a nature check on a tree and see if they are.
yeah,
real
like
trees.
to see if
You're
they
both
are.
welcome to.
Come on, roll more than the 2 this time. That's 14.
21.
Hang on. 14. Oh, no, I'm not going to bother if you're 21.
I don't know, it feels off, but you can't discern anything specific. They kind of just feel like trees. But again, I guess especially with Maisie's survival stuff, it's all just a little unsettling. You know, the more you focus on it.
Have I got? I think I've got.
Feels unnatural.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't have an axe.
Weird thing to say in a forest.
Yeah, it is. And
I
that's...
don't think you need an axe. Like I said, if you just start punching the trees.
I'm just going to start walking in this direction and see what
You start
happens.
punching the tree, only the middle comes out, and then you have to punch the rest of it.
Sorry,
And depending on how tall they are, you have to climb up it.
are we gonna punch these trees just like you're beating this dead horse, or like how long's this joke going on for?
I was going to say Maisie.
Only as long as it keeps spitting out laughter at me.
Maisie, could you
hang
use,
on, well, there's-
use a knife and just cut into one of these trees and see if it's, if it actually would?
Yeah, okay, sure.
There's 5 of us. So I vote. I will stay here where I can use the tentacle as like a flag, and you guys split up in 4 cardinal directions, and then you can make your way back. And so that we know where the meeting point is, I will stay here and be like, "I'm over here."
Because splitting up in the past has worked so well for us.
I don't think we've ever tried it. There was that time we got separated by a sliding door, but that worked out pretty well.
How
Or the
far
time Cal and I went off by ourselves and I died.
How far away from the tentacle can you be?
Which tentacle? The one that lasts a minute, or the mage tentacle?
Whichever one you can be further from.
I think I can be further from the big tentacle. I just don't think it lasts very long.
What I mean is, if you put that down as a marker, or we put something else down as a marker, then we can all go together and then walk back.
That doesn't seem very epic.
Set a fire maybe and get some smoke going.
Yeah, let's start a fire.
Yeah, we just punch the middle of the tree, and we get enough wood for the fire.
Yeah.
It's a thought.
I'll prestidigitate one of the trees. Start a fire.
Sure. I mean, setting fire to a tree is a difficult thing in the best of cases. You'd be able to sort of start a smolder on the side of one of the trees. It sets fire, but it doesn't like last. It's an alive tree. You know, they're very moist. Some people hear that word, but
Are there
you know,
any like twigs and shit around?
there's some around on the floor. Yeah.
Can I roll a survival to see if neither would think to collect them and put them into a fire pit?
If you wish.
Ah!
Dice aren't that scary.
They are when they jump out of the thing the wrong way. That's a 3.
No.
Maisie's just going to start walking in a direction.
Maisie walks off.
Okay,
Jay
Jay,
follows.
you go the opposite way.
She's already going. Oh no, Jay's
Guys.
following Maisie.
Yeah, neither's following the girls.
I'm gonna wait until Cromwell. You say yeah, okay? I'm gonna
Yeah,
wait
I'll
until
say
they're sort of 50 feet in, so I can still see them, and then I'm gonna start walking as well after them. So I'm gonna
Okay.
keep Cromwell in the side behind me, and then inside ahead of me.
How long do you walk for?
Until I see something different.
Okay.
10
You
years later.
keep moving on and on and on. It's about 5
If I-
minutes.
If I get out of sight of Cromwell,
Mhm.
I'm going to shout to them. Hold on a minute. We're now moving far away from where we started from. Do you want to make a mark where we started from, or leave a trail? What do you want to do?
Us or Cromwell?
Well, Cromwell's back there where we started from, but at this point we can't see him anymore. So I'm shouting to you because I'm halfway between Cromwell and you.
How about you wait there, I keep going till I can't see you, and I wait, and we went like that.
That'll work for a bit, but it won't get us very far. Maybe a couple hundred feet.
I got a pretty good sense of direction. I think I could make it back just fine.
How about if you make a mark on the trees as you go past, a cross?
Oh, hang on, I've got my red string on me.
How much?
Yeah, well,
That's probably not really enough. How about if we do if Maisie makes a cross with a knife in the trees as you go past?
Sure. Yeah.
Put a cross into the tree.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on there.
Every 100 feet
I'm
or
going to
so.
go back and get Cromwell. So I'll come back to Cromwell.
Have fun.
Say,
We're not holding on. We're continuing.
Yeah,
we're
We're
heading
we
that
keep
way.
walking.
We're heading that way. They're marking the trees to show the way.
Should do.
Oh, have you checked that this clearly magical place doesn't just like reclose them up straight away?
We're about to find out because we're going to try and follow them. It's that way.
What happened to staying here? You told me to stay here.
Yeah, that was until it turned out it was going to be too far.
What?
Oh, you can stay.
Maybe you should go. I think you should go get them and bring them back, because otherwise we just. What was the reason for going in that direction?
Well, there's nothing here to stay for, is there?
Well, not right now, but as like presumably if night falls, we might get some clues. Position of the stars.
I'm more inclined to. I mean, if you want to wait, yes, fine. I'll just head off after them and then I'll come back for you and let you know what's going on.
I don't know. How far do you reckon they'll get by themselves?
Well, there's 3 of them.
Yeah, one of them has already died.
Ah, they
You have more credit because you're a survivor. You survived,
I only survived
so
because
I feel safe
all
in
the
staying with you. So I think we should stay here, and then if they come running towards us, well, look, one of them's already bathed in a red light, foreshadowing their own death.
For the podcast, for some reason, Tony just turned, like, her entire camera is just red.
Pink.
The death.
Oh,
That's red. For those of you that kept walking off, Jay, Neva, and Maisie, you walk off, and eventually you come up against a little tiny bit of a clearing, not much of a clearing, which has a statue of Jay. Not a very complex one, about the same kind of height on a little plinth, made of fairly standard grey rock, a bit dark. Just kind of.
Oh my God, Jay!
Okay.
Jay, are you actually a Cougaronian princess? Are we in Cougaron?
I don't think so. I don't recognize any of this.
Why is there a statue of you?
I'm asking exactly the same question.
I didn't hear you ask that question.
Well, yeah, but like, you know what I mean. Everybody, in the 2 different places, but Jay, Neva, and Maisie, you all at the same time hear like a twig break and like a crunching of leaves, like in quite the distance, but like you've no idea where it came from. It's just like a bit of like a, and it's just like, huh? Very obvious, but
I
can't
think
tell
my
where it
shoulder
came
flares
from.
up a little bit.
At the same
and
time,
I look in the direction.
At the same time, Cromwell and Carly, you hear exactly the same thing. You don't know it's the same volume at exactly the same time, but you just hear like a off in the distance.
What's that?
Can we tell which direction?
No, it's completely indiscernible. It kind of just like happened. And you're like, that's from somewhere.
Yeah, I bet that's
In the
them heading
forest.
back right now.
I thought we were back.
No, them.
Val, is that you?
I think that's probably the ladies coming back.
Well, I hope so. Hello? You there?
You guys stay here. I'm gonna go check it out.
No.
That seems like a bad idea. We should go back to the others.
But there's a thing here. We should at least check out the statue. But if there's something watching us,
Yeah, but like if we walk that way, it's away from whatever's happening, probably, and they might be coming towards us. So at least we can meet up. Terrible idea to be separate. I mean, these sorts of things. If it is, I presume one of the orb challenges, they're going to be at least fake danger.
They wouldn't kill
probably.
us. So what's the problem?
Or we might lose.
Try again.
I can't imagine dying is a particularly good thing in these challenges.
No, but we've got some room to mess around. We got 3 of the 6 orbs. So
I understand your recklessness, and I'm pretty sure this is like deep-seated issues coming from the fact that you died about 2 weeks ago. But we should go back.
I
and
couldn't
retaliate.
possibly die again so soon. That'd be crazy.
I agree.
It's like dislocating something, isn't it? You do it once, it's more likely to happen again.
Especially if you walk towards the danger.
With no armor.
Daisy, I would very much prefer for you to come back with us to the group, and then we all investigate together.
Fine.
It's 2v1.
Thank you.
So you walk back. Those crosses in the trees are still there. Are you the other two
I
of
was
you?
just going to say that. I was
them or
saying to
wait?
Cromwell, I really think we should go and catch up with them. I don't know what's going on here, but I think we'll be stronger together.
I mean, we can wander off, but if they decide that they're making their way back here, then
Yeah, but we'll just follow the marks on the trees the way they went.
okay.
Yeah, as we're going back, are there the marks on the tree still?
Mhm.
Cool.
Okay, but I don't want to get lost here, so let's go slowly.
Oh
Okay,
yes.
because I don't know how often they're going to have made these marks. So
I tell you what,
if it was Nate doing it, it will be super inconsistent. So
I'll go. We'll find the first mark. One of us stays there. The other one goes on to the next mark. And there's always somebody standing by a mark, so we don't get lost in the forest.
okay,
So we'll start that sort of stepwise through the forest.
Sure. You start salt and peppering through the forest.
I probably take a while to find my mark because I'm not at the right angle to see them. So it probably takes me like 5 minutes.
They're probably about
mark.
4 feet off the ground.
You make
Yeah.
You make very slow progress, but to be fair, you're not walking for too long before you meet up with the other 3.
Ah, there you are. Oh, that's a relief.
Hey, guys, we found a
Wait.
statue of Jay. It's real weird.
Hang on. Tell us something only you would know.
You're a fuckhead.
You could be okay. We're not forest nymphs or
That's
something like.
fine.
Come on.
What did you just say about Jay?
She's a princess from
There's a
Kuzaram.
statue of me. I'm not a princess from Kugelon, but there is a
Yeah,
statue
there
of
is-
me,
Those two
which I agree
things
is-
would seem not to go together.
Yeah, like totally was not on the same page as you, Cromwell, until I saw the statue, and then there's a chance.
If we were in a random forest somewhere, maybe, but this is like obviously a challenge, and that's going to be a thing
Well,
to
let's
fuck.
go
It
with.
is.
Is it, or are you?
Let's go and have a look at it, and we'll see what maybe you can.
Hello, elite covert forces of Kugaram. Please come out and don't hurt us. If you need to take Jay
It's no
back to
elite covert
Kugaram,
forces of Kugelon.
then just come and get her.
I will say this also, maybe it's not a challenge, and maybe it's just like a test from Velka herself, since she is the one that hinted it to me. So it could be like only kind of related.
I've
Like,
been in Kugaram, and I don't remember any 200-foot tall trees. It's mostly desert.
Thank you.
Neither still, but
Well, that's in the
courtesies,
north.
Your
Wow.
Majesty.
Terrible.
I don't believe. Let's just go and look at the statue, okay?
You walk off in the direction, following these crosses, and you feel like you're walking for longer than where you saw the statue, and then you're definitely walking for
Are
longer than where you
you,
saw
are
the
you
statue.
still making them now that we're all traveling together?
Yeah, of course.
So where's this?
Yeah.
Where's this statue then?
So, like, it's strangely, yeah, you feel like you would have gone past it, maybe?
I swear it should have been past that marker back there, but it's not.
I told you, Ken. These markers are going to be super inconsistent.
Yeah, but it's...
As you keep walking, you do approach something. From the distance, you're like, oh, there's the statue. Weird. But then it's not a statue. You come up to a pedestal within the trees, like made of a dark grey stone, and on top of it is a bottle containing a glowing green liquid.
Oh, do you think this is?
Like it's
Do
visibly
you think this is like the red dungeon where one of us has to drink it? I'll do it. I'll do
No,
it.
you will not.
No.
This doesn't look anything like Jay.
This isn't like the stone pedestal. It's like the same stone, but this one doesn't look like Jay, obviously.
Okay.
I'm gonna drink the potion.
No, you're not.
No, not yet.
Try to stop me. Just try.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Then I guess it would be initiative is probably our best to see if you get there in time.
19.
I'm also going to try and stop her.
19.
Everyone involved.
Ah,
Roll initiative. 19 and 19. Jay will probably get in on that.
13.
No, not enough. 13.
21.
what the fuck?
21. So the two girls, the two sisters, move at like exactly the same time, neither reading the movements exactly. And there's just like that second of like hesitation from Maisie from like, oh, we've moved at the same time. At which point Carly, just up behind you, just like stands in the way.
One of us has to drink it.
Maybe.
I
Let's have a look at
think
it first.
Cromwell.
That's not very nice.
You want me to? How do we know it's a drinking thing? It
Well,
could be an ointment.
Let's first
It
of
could
all
be
have a look
something that makes trees grow.
Let's have a look
Well,
at the
you
bottle
could
first.
then become Cromwell,
Look
the
at-
ointment drinker.
Look at the bottle, first of all. Any markings?
Yes, it looks like a
or
bottle.
Anything on the outside?
Does it have a stopper on it? Is it a cork? Is it just open?
It's glowing.
Is it like a
and
wine
it's green,
bottle?
and it's like.
Is it like an old-fashioned Coke bottle?
What's Coke?
Exactly.
Green, it's
You
a
got
green.
no worldly experience.
So, is there anything on the bottle
It is a whole round
with a stopper?
clear bottle. There's a cork stopper in the top, maybe like some leather wrap around the top, just like a bit of aesthetics, but it's as far as you can
Anything
tell,
else on the
just
pedestal?
So is
that.
the liquid glowing?
The liquid itself is glowing.
Alright, give it here.
As you, just before you do, as you stand there, from deep in the forest, you hear a noise. Just far away. Kind of difficult to discern. There's like a 90-degree angle of where that might have been coming from. We can't see anything.
Okay.
Neither, like, instinctively puts Maisie behind her.
What the heck
Go on,
was that?
give ball. Give the ball.
Okay, here you go. Don't drink it.
Ball.
Bottle.
Bottle.
I'm gonna
Bottle.
uncork it. I'm just gonna give it a
Mhm.
sniff.
It doesn't really smell of anything. There's possibly like a very, very faint kind of like herbal smell, but like nothing specific. And honestly, that could just be the trees around you. But it's kind of there.
Cromwell, I think if I can put I'm going to put my finger in the end of the bottle. Can I touch the liquid? So I just
Yeah.
tiny tip of my finger in the liquid.
Your finger is slightly wet.
Good. I didn't die, or I think that's a good.
No, you didn't die.
I'm gonna chuck some of it up against the nearest tree.
Two things happen at the same time. So you throw some of it against the tree. Carly puts it against his tongue. Carly, give me a con save, but at the same time, when you thrash it up against the tree, as it leaves the bottle, it's no longer glowing. It kind of like fades as it leaves, and it kind of just splashes against the tree, and it kind of just is. It might have even been water. Like at that point, it kind of just like leaves a bit of moisture there, and a bit on the floor where it would have splattered, but nothing particularly happens.
This liquid that's among us is sus.
For God's sake, Joe.
Okay.
Why are you wasting it?
Oh, okay. 21.
Try and find out what it is.
21. You don't feel anything. Doesn't taste of anything.
It's water, I think.
It's
Oh, well,
fine.
Cromwell can drink it then.
I'm just gonna hold on to it until a use for it comes up. I think we're gonna have to like water something with it. We'll find like a glowing green plant.
Or something that growls at us, perhaps.
Yeah.
Can I make a survival check to try to determine how close this thing is to us?
Sure.
Natural 19 plus 2, 21.
Far. A good 200 or more feet. Like, it was a very faint growling.
Does it feel
very
like it's approaching?
distinctive. There's no measure on that particularly. It was a sound in the distance of the forest. If you heard it again and it was louder, you might be able to know, but from one growling sound.
Can I do an arcana on the liquid?
You certainly can roll it.
19.
Good.
19. It's nothing you've recognized. Definitely not a healing potion. It could be a potion that you've never seen before. Carly's reaction would make you think that, it won't do anything bad. Against the tree, again, nothing bad seemed to happen. It's definitely not like acid or anything like that. So it may have a specific use. Some potions only work in certain circumstances, so this might be that. Or it might be just a complete dud.
Cool. Well, okay, let's put this in our bag and keep walking.
Yeah, I've got it.
Away from that noise, I think.
So Cromwell, you hold on to a potion bottle. I never really said the size. I imagine it being sort of like a round bottle, about the size of a fist with a spout on the top, or like a tube on the top.
Yeah, I'll just put it in the
Cromwell's
bag.
fist or our fist?
My fist. You keep walking through the forest, exiting from where this little pedestal was, still marking crosses and getting back into the dense forest, with no particular direction other than that way. And it's a good 5 minutes, maybe. And every now and again, in the far distance, about the same distance every single time, there's just this noise. Possibly following you, because it sounds the same distance every time, but there's never any visual representation of what could be there. Eventually, you come up to quite a large clearing, maybe 15 feet, sort of has a rough circle. Nothing in it that you can see, just a big old clearing. It's actually quite nice as well. There's a gap in the canopy above, so there's actually a large amount of proper sun's light.
Has the position of the sun changed?
I was about to say, can we tell what time of day it is?
No, just light. You can't see the suns, but there is light.
It's a freaking simulation, man.
Could be.
So are the trees like rectangular with blocks of leaves?
See, that's why we're just laughing because we're laughing at you. We're laughing at you.
I'm going to try and find.
I play for an audience of one, baby.
That's the way it should be.
I'm not going to go into the clearing yet. But I'm going to try and see if there's like a stone on the ground I can pick up or anything like that.
I mean, there's not really any pebbles around here. Like, no large ones for sure.
We just had a pebble like a few days ago.
I just want something that I can throw.
There's
That'll do.
small sticks
Small stick.
and like acorns type
an
things,
acorn,
seeds and
perfect.
such.
I was going to throw it out into the clearing.
Sure.
If it just does pop or if anything happens.
You just throw it and it goes at a distance.
You know what I haven't done since dying? Is put on my pin.
Put on your what?
Oh, you what?
My pin. So I'm gonna put on that little
Oh,
pin
yeah.
that Professor Gernthal gave me. I'm gonna sit in the middle of the clearing
Mm-hmm.
and just listen for voices that aren't theirs.
Give me a wisdom. Just straight wisdom.
18.
18. Just like before, you feel like you're not alone, other than the people that are obviously around you. It's a little more unsettling this time, but that might just be because you've heard the growling.
Are you telling us what you're doing, or have you just strode out into the middle of the center, put on a pin to your lapel, and sat down?
As we were walking in the clearing, I put the pin on. If you were paying attention, that's up to you, but I just kind of plop in the center of the clearing.
If Maisie walks out, I'll walk after her.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of what happens in the clearing, nothing. You sit down. The grass you're walking on, it's fairly soft. It's more, soft grass rather than like the coarse grass you can get in very sunny places.
Mm.
But that's about it. The grass is a little greener and taller here because of the sunlight.
Okay. Well, I have to say, so far it's been less dramatic than that dungeon we went in.
I think this is a good point to have this as like another landmark. Head back to where we started and go in the opposite direction. See what's that way.
Not sure it matters what direction we go.
That's the feeling I'm getting as well. I'm not sure this is real where we are. I think things are being placed in front of us. I wonder if that noise behind us is to keep us moving forwards. Speaking of which, I think we should move forwards.
Does it still feel like it's the same distance away?
Yes. Very far in the distance.
It never moves closer.
I think we should wait it out.
Wait it out? Well, okay.
No, like Maisie keeps trying to say, it never moves closer.
We could wait for a little while, but then if it never moves
That's what I
closer,
mean.
we can't wait indefinitely.
I mean, I don't particularly fancy baiting it to come to us. It sounds pretty horrific.
But if the sound starts to sound like it's getting closer, that's when we move on again.
Yeah, but then by then we've lost ground. Then it is always closer.
But
I'm just going to keep moving forward.
I would keep moving forward because there's nothing here to stop for.
Let's keep doing that then.
Okay.
Okay. You walk off into the woods, and again, there's a bit of time, dense trees. It's all becoming very samey, sort of like repeated, not like identical every time, but you know. And the more you walk through, the more, again, as with your survival check, there's just like no sound. There's a little bit of rustling from like a wind, but there's no birds, there's no like footsteps of any other kind. It's just you guys, and it's kind of it, walking through the forest. Someone roll a d4.
I'll do it. Four.
Amazing. You completely, for a second, I was going to continue writing it to you, but whatever. You completely, for a second, actually more than that, for a little, for the foreseeable future, completely forget why you're here, where you are, and in fact who you are.
Okay.
But you're walking along, and suddenly Maisie just like stops moving, just stops
Oh,
moving.
you're right.
Do I know who they are?
What's up, Maeve?
It's just like it feels to you as though you don't know where you were, but you aren't there anymore. You know?
Maisie turns around and sprints the other way. And says nothing.
Hey, easy, come back.
As fast as she can.
So will Cam.
I'm presuming Jay does as well. Is Cromwell gonna follow?
I mean,
He's slower, but you know.
I'll just turn to Karen and say, you know, I wish that when I have these ideas and they say, no, we're not going to do that, and then they go and do them, that I just got a little bit of credit. I feel like, you know, it's okay to change your mind suddenly, but it's nice to get a good job, Cromwell. We think you had a good idea, Cromwell.
Whilst everybody's sprinting, Jay, as you've seen before, transforms into this jackal. Turns into the jackal and just like sprints even faster. So eventually, Maisie, you look back and there's just like this dog-like creature just chasing after you.
Cromwell's walking,
eventually-
by the way, not running.
And eventually it overtakes you, does this like sort of, tries to brake, turns sideways, like skids, flips over, and whilst rolling through the dirt, transforms back into Jay, who's like, stop!
Maisie pulls out a knife.
Stop. Jay just takes a step back. It's like, whoa, okay. Calm down.
Who are you?
Jay,
That means nothing to me.
right? Do you know who you are?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to assume everything's very confusing right now.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to stay away. I'm not going to approach. It seems you've kind of lost your memory. So we're going to approach this step by step. I'm assuming by now everyone else is sort of catching up. Don't worry about them. All right, everyone stay back. I'll give a bit of space.
Why?
I think Maisie's forgotten who she is.
What? Maeve, do you know who I am?
Who's mates?
You are. You're Maisie Montgomery Cartwright.
That's a stupid name.
Yeah, you say that all the time.
Oh, hey guys. God, you run so fast.
I'm your sister, Neva.
Why is that one so
Jesus,
small?
who she is. Well, that's just weird.
Yeah, that's just who he
I'm
is.
exactly
usually
the right
doesn't look like
size
a
to
racist.
strike terror into your soul, actually. So,
He can strike terror into the soul of his
What are we
shoe.
doing here? Why are we in the middle of a forest? That's
obviously
weird and
that
creepy.
would be incredibly
We are
magical feat to accomplish.
feet. We are a group of friends. We're university students. We are not actually in a forest. I'm pretty sure this is a simulation, and we're doing a challenge.
See there, rectangle.
Cromwell dies.
And we all cheer.
And everybody claps.
So you all lured me into a simulation to kill me?
No. Right, you are called Maisie. I am your sister. I do not want to kill you.
I don't see any resemblance.
I'm your son. That's why I'm so small. I'm a wee
Oh
child.
my god, you're not
that?
helping things. Right. So we don't. There is with
Mother.
Can I? Right. Neither will punch Cromwell. Neither is 100% punching Cromwell.
I mean, you're gonna have to run towards me because I'm not stood next to you.
That's fine. She will run towards him and punch him.
I'll
For
just move
12.
away from you.
What'd you roll?
Are we all here to kill
12
each other?
doesn't-
What the
A
hell?
12 doesn't hit me because of Mason's
You just-
armor.
So you go to punch and just like hit the shoulder pad and just like crunches your fist. Ow!
Yeah, do that again and I'll.
No, we're not here to fight.
Do that again and
for God's
I'll hit you back and I'll hit you like half.
Maisie starts running
Yeah,
the
go
other
on
direction. Maisie runs through the gap that was made by Neva when she moved over to
I
Cromwell.
would have thought you'd have more concern for Maisie. You said go on then. I'm fine just to hit you back.
Yeah.
Maisie sprints off. Jay transforms into a jackal and sprints off.
Great. Stand there.
Okay, I will.
You stand there. Okay.
I
I'm
will.
gonna take a few paces back.
Callie,
Okay.
go up after them, ignore these two.
And I'll cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay.
And then I will I will Wretched Cress.
You're gonna have to explain to Birdie what happens.
Well, on a natural 20, a huge tentacle appears out of a rip in the air with like a purplish portal, and this massive ethereal tentacle comes and fucking smacks you. So it is Jesus, that's 20 damage.
How much health do you have?
Not that much.
15.
15. You smack Neva into the ground and she just is out like a light.
Now, you saw, she said I could.
I'm not there.
Everyone else is left.
Oh.
Everyone else ran off. It's just you and her.
Oh, okay. Well, she said I could. And now she knows not to mess with me. I guess. I guess I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna be able to catch up with them. I'm just.
I believe everyone has a healing potion, if that was as of last session. If you were.
I had a healing
I
potion
think-
on me
including
anyway.
I thought that
myself.
someone had specifically said that they were not having one, and I thought that it was neither.
One of
No,
you has one.
Neva's got one.
Who was it that said that they
Okay.
weren't having one?
I don't think anyone.
I don't know because I wasn't there.
No, I
last
bought
session.
4 and gave it to you, Mark,
Right.
me, and Jay.
Yeah. So I think Neva has one from previously,
Okay.
Yeah.
and you have one as well.
Yes.
Cool. So meanwhile, the rest of you, again, Jay as a jackal just sort of sprints ahead, turns around, turns it back into herself, and is like, "Please stop!
They're fighting!
Listen, they are having issues, but that doesn't mean we're fighting.
I have yet to see otherwise.
Kind of, you rock up behind at this point, and you notice, as Jay would as well, Maisie's hair has just gone like completely white. It's usually like a cyan blue, but it's gone completely white.
Okay. Look, you're under some sort of influence, which is affecting your memory. Okay, we're all your friends.
I don't know, my
Yeah.
head seems pretty clear. You
Yes,
are
I
the
don't-
ones that seem insane.
That's not necessarily an
reasonable.
unreasonable assumption, but you have to trust me when I say
We are
that.
not.
If you don't want to hurt me,
Well,
then how do we get out of here?
But that's a good question.
Well, that's what we're trying to
You were
work
hel-
out.
You were helping us to get out of here. In fact, that way. I think we should go back to the others. I don't like being separated like this. There's too much in these woods I don't understand.
Are you like? Listen, we're not going to get too close to you. Are you alright if we just go back the way we came, slowly? You know, we're not going to get close.
You lead the way. I'm going to hang like 30 feet back.
Okay, but don't get lost,
Okay.
okay? And if you see anything you don't like, give us a shout.
Yeah, sure.
You're walking very slowly, you know, just gently making your way back the way back that you came. The way, whatever.
Is it worth pointing out Maisie has not been putting in marks on these trees because she has no memory?
Oh, I'm alright.
Okay.
You start walking in the general direction back. Meanwhile, is Cromwell going to help Neva, or are we doing a death save?
It would have been non-lethal damage.
Okay, so she's just unconscious at 0, stable.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So
Or would it?
that's up to you, my friend. Yeah. So on the way back, as you're walking back, Maisie, there's just like an instant. You're just like, I know who I am, Maisie.
I remember all the stuff that happened when I didn't remember who I was?
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry,
And
Jay.
as Carla and Jay
remember.
turn back around, hair blue.
Oh, your hair.
All right.
Yeah, what about it?
But it was
That was
white
confusing.
a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Look,
Mm-hmm.
are you still okay?
I'm fine now. I remember who you all are.
Oh, you do? Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I'm good. I see you. Yeah. Weird. I forgot for a second.
But we better head back. We ran off and we left Cromwell and
Yeah, we should.
Neva.
They were fighting.
Mhm.
Hold on a second. Maisie runs ahead to catch
they
up.
squabble a lot, but they'll be fine.
You run off ahead, and the other two follow, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But Maisie, the first thing you come across, you thought you were going in the right direction, is there's a bag just kind of lent up against a tree. It's like a bit of a travel bag, made of leather, a little bit old, but not, broken down.
This wasn't back here before. I'll pick it up and keep running.
Okay, you pick up the bag, keep running, clink, 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 clink. What's happening with Neva and Cromwell?
Just kind of sat. Just keeping an eye out, but just like sat like 5 feet away.
Okay. Eventually, the three of you come up to Cromwell, just wander in. Cromwell sitting, kind of calmly.
Mother, you have returned.
Neva having a nap.
What did you do?
Maisie's fine now.
She
Mhm.
told me you guys were running off. She swung for me, and didn't do a very good job. So I said, "Don't do that again, or I'll hit you back, and it'll hurt." And she was like, "Okay, then go on," which is something she says frequently, right? So I did, and I think I've proved my point.
Oh, fuck off. She'll give Neva a healing potion.
Do you
Sure.
have another explanation?
Neva, healing potion, so that's 2d4 plus 2.
Thank you.
How much?
6.
6. You get up feeling pretty rough, very sore, a bit confused. You're suddenly on the floor. What's going on?
The fuck, Cromwell?
Yeah, put some respect on my name next time.
No, I fucking won't.
Well, I've just shown you that I can take you. You know, maybe now you'll stop
don't give a
threatening me all the
shit.
time.
Can I make a wisdom save for the thing, Alex?
Do you
Sure.
really think that this
Damn it.
means
19.
that whatever is going on is going to stop?
That whatever is going on is going to stop. You totally lost me there. Whatever is going on is going to stop.
I'm not scared of you, no matter what you've just done.
That's fine. You don't have to be scared of me. That's fine. I do wish you'd stop throwing things at me and trying to hit me, though.
Well, stop being a twat then. My sister had lost her memory and was freaked out, and you're going, "I'm here, Mum. You're my mummy."
I'm fine, by the way. I remember now.
Yeah,
That was a
see?
pretty
Oh,
accurate
thank
representation.
God. Are you okay, Maisie?
Yeah, I'm fine.
She had white hair
Good.
She did have white hair. That's true.
for a second.
It went all white,
Okay.
and now it's gone back to its normal colour. It's all very
I never saw it.
strange. But one thing I did notice,
You've got some white hair, Sneever.
all our running around in the forest, I never saw anything that made that noise.
Maybe it aged me.
So much you forgot everything? Well, possibly. Didn't only age your hair, though.
I mean, you don't know. You can't see the rest of me. Jeez.
I can see your face.
Yeah, you do look a bit the worse for wear.
I'm
So-
fine.
Everything aside, possible forest fucking with our heads, shall we try and find a way out?
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely. Now, have we still got any of these crosses anywhere we can see? On the trees?
Yeah, there's one.
Wait,
There are a couple around.
Maisie, what's that bag?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I picked it up on the way back. Yeah, we should probably look in that, huh?
I forgot all about that.
You open it up, it's just like a simple leather like strap, and inside are 4 potions of greater healing.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. Well, that's both very strangely convenient and very convenient.
I'll distribute them to everybody but Cromwell.
It's fine.
Can everybody roll me a perception?
Don't worry,
please?
Cromwell, I'll heal you.
I
to the
appreciate
dream.
that, Carl. You're a true friend.
Everybody roll a perception.
On the other hand, I will tip you around the ear hole if you keep
14.
attacking.
She said she
We
told
can
me
solve
to.
things without violence. Everybody roll a
What are we
perception.
rolling?
That would be
Perception,
great,
that was it.
but I was told, I was instructed,
Well-
and so I obeyed.
Fine. In that case, I'm going to instruct you.
I mean,
Don't
you
do
can
it
you
again,
can try and
okay?
clip me now if you want. I wouldn't recommend it.
I'm not going to tip you. Why? I'm not going to tip you around the ear unless you do something you deserve.
Okay, well, just because you threatened it, so
14.
I would just. This is just your blanket warning for the next 55 minutes. Don't do that. Okay. Specifically, the next 55 minutes.
I see. You've got something going which will react.
It would be unpleasant for you.
Or 14.
14, 14,
14.
16.
16.
Sorry, what were we rolling?
Perception.
Perception.
Too busy being ganged up on. 11.
The 16 was neither. Whilst this argument is going on, you look over and far in the distant dark depths of the forest, I was hoping to make that alliterate, of the Dorist, is a pair of eyes, like reflective eyes, like cat's eyes in the night. It's like white, reflecting eyes.
Capital or lowercase?
For fuck's sake, Joe.
And it comes alongside a
I don't know if anybody. No. Who had
Ga-
16?
Neither.
Guys,
Yes.
Mm.
What are you
um,
looking at?
I see some capital I's over there.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm thinking,
How far-
how about if you go
About how far
that
away?
way, the opposite
I
direction?
think yes. I think we should run away from that.
About how far away? is
Same.
it?
give me a perception.
Cromwell is going to start running.
Away from it. Good lord.
Yeah.
Oh no, Cromwell's away from us. 18.
18. It's anywhere between 50 and 100 feet, and that's only because you can't really tell if it's like small with eyes close together or far away with eyes far apart. But it's in that kind of a range.
Can I take a crossbow shot at it?
Yeah. Roll with disadvantage.
So it is 100 feet away. Because the range is 80.
You're firing into darkness.
Oh,
it's not
okay.
based on your range.
Can I see it?
You can all see them, guys, yeah.
Yeah, but I can see in darkness 300 feet.
That would be
no
a
different.
15 to hit.
Doesn't it?
Do the eyes
Or at least
react at all?
you don't think it hits. No. You just kind of fire off this crossbow bolt.
That was
I don't-
my crossbow, remember?
I don't think it's
It just
real.
kind of disappears into the darkness.
You ran away. You're not here. You're not here.
Yeah, you did run off.
Also, didn't I give you the crossbow in the first place?
No.
No, I started with a crossbow and had no use for it.
Cal and Cromwell both gave me things so that I would be less useless in the fight.
We just kept up trying to pick up other people's knives and throwing them.
Yeah, it
So-
worked though.
Cromwell,
Hello.
running through the forest.
I can only travel 50 feet in a round.
It's fine. You
You.
come across.
Oh, you guys!
You guys, please. You come across. You almost trip over them, in fact, but you don't quite. 5 levers in a line on the floor, all sort of pointing in the same direction.
This is some red dungeon
Just-
shit. God damn it!
In the grass, just kind of there.
Okay.
Do you stop? Do you keep running?
I missed that. Sorry, what did we say?
Come
about?
You don't see anything. Cromwell. Sorry, would you stop?
I said come back to me.
Okay. So the rest of you, Cromwell's just sprinted.
Yeah.
Yep.
We should go
I
after
think,
him.
I
Why?
agree.
Nope.
No,
We
we
He
can
just
deal
knocked down
together.
my sister.
Well, I understand that, and we
Yes.
can deal with this after we're out of here. But there's a high chance that we're going to need all of us to get out of here.
We're going to need all of us to get out of this.
Like-
It's going
Will
to be tuned to be. It's going to be tuned to be a challenge for all of us together. Otherwise, Jay wouldn't have been brought here.
I'll give you that one. That is kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Like
So we're going to need all
Can't
of
we
us.
just leave him for, like, the thing to eat?
Maybe after we've got the egg.
egg
Orb.
orb.
Thing.
Fine.
Like after this, yeah, there are some serious conversations that we need to have because there's like a lot of shit. But for now, we should go after them.
Besides which, I don't like the look of those eyes, so I'm going. this
Also,
way.
true.
Shall we?
I'm not convinced they're real. I shot at it and it didn't even react.
You could have missed.
True.
I
True,
don't.
but
I never
true.
miss.
I'm not
Mhm.
convinced it's bad.
Well, that's true. It might not be bad. But for the moment, let's go and see what's up with Cromwell.
Jay walks
Yeah.
off after Cromwell. So has
Yeah,
Cromwell
I follow
stopped or
Jay.
gone?
Yes, Cromwell has stopped at the levers
Sure.
and is kind of like piling up like grass and dirt and stuff to make like a little mound he can hide behind, and is waiting for the first bit of movement that he sees, paranoid about this huge monster, to ready caress whatever he sees first.
Okay. Roll me a stealth.
Natural one
Okay.
for 3.
So all of you start walking through the forest after Cromwell. And after a little bit, every single one of you, I'm not even gonna make you roll, just sees Cromwell from the side, hiding behind a mound. Like obviously kind of like trembling, but like he's hiding from this direction and you're coming from this direction, you know? Like it's very obvious.
Can I pick up a rock and throw it at him?
Yeah, give me a ranged attack if you want.
That's
No,
garbage.
No, don't start all that again.
Does that mean that I see Maisie first?
You probably hear the rock because you weren't looking in that direction, just like whizzes past you and hits the floor, like off in the distance.
That's even worse. That's an attack incoming. So yeah, I'll turn and I'll wretched caress whoever I see first.
Sure. Roll a d4. We'll see who it is.
4.
You hit Jay. Well, you aim at Jay.
Natural 1.
So
2 in a row.
so what does it look like, firstly? Is it the same? Is it the same as before? You're confused with your spell names.
Wretched Crest, yes, this is the same as before.
Sure.
The tentacle walks out of probably the ground just in front of me and is like...
So, you're very paranoid. Maisie throws a rock and then this tentacle just goes, just like slamming everything, hitting nothing.
See?
Can we kill him now?
Now that I've seen that it's them, it's like... display of aggression, yeah? I'm protecting myself.
Probably wasn't good to throw a rock.
You guys are all alive. Thanks for throwing something else at me, I guess. That makes me feel appreciated, part of the group.
You're welcome.
This feels very unnecessarily aggressive.
Yeah, you're telling me.
From you as well.
See that rock? That rock might be small in your hand. It's the size of half my skull.
Well, did you see my sister knocked out on the floor?
Yeah, I did. I mean, yeah. After she told me that...
Did you see the 5 levers on the floor?
Well, yeah, that's why I stayed here.
I was asking them, not you, but yeah. There's levers on the floor, guys.
It seemed like you were
See the
talking.
levers.
You just need to be a bit clearer about that.
You know, there are days I think back to the old days back in the monastery, peace and quiet. Still in their mind. Right. 5 levers. 4 of us.
5 of us.
There's 5 of us.
5 of us.
Unless I'm not in the group anymore.
You're
Well,
not.
I mean, we
Well.
wish.
All
That's
you gotta
right.
do
The
is
strong go by themselves.
threatening people, okay? And we'll stop. We will stop threatening you, won't we, girls?
Yes. Listen, why don't you use your mage tentacle, pull one of the levers?
Yeah.
Without knowing what they do.
The point is, we don't want to be next to them, probably.
And
And you're
I
going to
know
want to do it from a distance.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that I can do something that you guys can't do? That you need help
It's
with?
not helping the situation. I'm trying
go
to
to-
get
Not
us all in
really. I'm
unison.
sure Maisie can use her chain.
I'm gonna go to the far side of one of the levers and try to use the chain knife to pull it.
Roll an attack just for the accuracy.
15.
It's enough to like hook around the lever. There's quite a lot of resistance against it.
Go on, Cromwell. Have a go.
I would like to be asked nicely, if that's okay.
Oh my god, I'll just do it.
Go fuck yourself.
Cromwell, please, can you
Please.
work with us for like until we get out of it? Like, it's like,
Jay,
if after
I
this,
appreciate your asking nicely.
I don't appreciate
So
your
I
sarcasm.
will try to. That wasn't sarcasm. I was, I asked to be asked nicely and treated with a little respect, and you said please. That wasn't sarcasm.
Yes, but you're not treating anybody here with respect.
That's because they're mean to me, like all the time.
And they're mean to you, and you're mean to them, and they're mean to you, and you're mean to them. It's just going around in circles. So all of you, stop being fucking childish, and let's get out of here, okay?
I resent being called childish. That's clearly based on how I look, and I can't control that.
Oh my god, not everything is about how you look.
I'm sorry, Cromwell. I'm afraid it isn't how you look. I don't like to be nasty. But you do act a little bit childish sometimes. I mean, I'm sure you don't mean to, but it can be a bit, for those of us who aren't perhaps as patient as others, it can be a bit wearing sometimes,
We just try to get out of this forest. And then after
if
that,
you
we can all
wouldn't mind.
separate out for however long as we need.
If you wouldn't mind just giving the lever a pull, we'll have a chat later.
I still don't think it's a good idea to pull these things. That's why I haven't.
Then that's perfectly reasonable, but give us a reason. Or, like, at least let's talk it through.
Yeah, do you have a...
Okay, well, there's 5 of them. There's 5 of us. What if it's like pull one, and one of us disappears,
That is-
but like not outside the game? And even if it does make us all disappear, and even if we could do that from a distance with the tentacle, we still don't have the marble. So
You are
Yeah,
entirely
so we'll-
correct,
Cromwell.
but, like,
Are you going to pull it?
well, not yet. No one's
Not yet,
given
no,
a good
no.
reason.
Yeah,
I don't
you-
think it's a good idea just to randomly pull
Maisie's going to go up and pull one of the levers herself.
As Jay's like, it's a reasonable
so
suggestion, and then you pull the lever, and there's just this.
Oh no, it's a bell.
Neva's gonna go up and pull one as well.
There is a different note in sort of the same chord that just goes.
Okay. Not what I was expecting, if I'm honest.
I don't know what I was expecting.
Anyone else, or should we do them all?
Well, you can try another one if you want to.
Do the levers reset
Okay.
after we pull them?
No.
Okay. Go pull another one then.
The next one, like, it just
Same.
goes up in the chord for both of you.
Last one together?
Sure.
It's just the top of the chord. And nothing appears to happen other than the noise. You don't know where this noise is coming from either. It's kind of just happening.
Oh. There you go. All that fuss for nothing.
I'll try and put one of the levers back.
The timers on our lives have started.
You push the lever back. The same noise for that lever as before happens.
Technically, the timer for our life started the moment we were born.
So if I pull two at once,
You get two notes at the same time. Sounds fairly pleasant.
okay, I think we need to try pulling them all at the same time. I can't do 5, I can only do 2, so...
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Okay. You pull all 5. There's enough of you. Pull all 5. There's a very nice harmonious chord.
Maybe we need to find a sheet of music that we're actually supposed to.
Maybe
go by.
it's a distraction. Just like everything else in this damn forest.
Yeah.
As we come to a close, at least for now, you all, as you're looking around, probably some of you, but then alerted to the others, see a shape in the distance, just a silhouette in the darkness. It's probably about 50 feet away or so. You can tell it's like each sort of stage of this has been a little closer, but it's huge, vaguely humanoid, though you can tell through the silhouette its proportions are very gangly and deformed. And you can still see these like reflective eyes. It seems to be standing still, maybe moving every now and again between like trees and such, but mostly sort of like standing, staring. But as usual, you can hear this low, grumbling growl.
Do you think it's Concord? Just big?
Well, it is. So the eyes at this point, you could say, are 8 to 10 feet in the air.
Big Concord?
Massive Concord!
Big Concord?
With a humanoid, deformed shape. Believe what you want to believe.
Big Barty?
And
He was already pretty big.
And on that wonderful note, we'll end up the session there. Oh gee, oh boy, oh golly, oh gosh. I love it. I love it so much. So next time
What
we'll
a session.
find out. Yeah, this has been slightly more insane than I had ever expected.
I like Friday night
Oh
sessions.
my god. As a DM, good lord, no. Anyway.
So we're saying on Friday nights then, yeah?
Even though we don't have a sort of the Twitch to do it to, I still feel as though we should do some awkward waves, just to each other to the session.
Yeah.
Just awkwardly wave as I end up a recording. Have a wonderful time doing whatever's probably better than what's going on here.
Probably listening to us in the background of something else.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to sleep or something. I'm sorry. Because there was a lot of yelling.
Yeah. I'm gonna press that now.
Oh my goodness. Press the button.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Dicebreakers. Thank you to Dark Fantasy Studio and Nicolas Jeudy for the use of their music in the episode. And a big thanks to you for listening. If you'd prefer to watch us on video, so you can see our actions and reactions, consider subscribing to us on YouTube. Don't forget to come back next week to see what the characters get up to in the next part of this epic adventure. I'll see you then.